We're live. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. I have no idea. I don't even know where I'm supposed to look. Oh, there I am. I'm supposed to look down there. I'm going to see how we're going to work this. Oh, no. I got to turn the other computer off.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good today, this afternoon.
Okay, now let's see how we're going to work this.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. I've never done this. You can get to see my messy kitchen, which I don't really care. Okay. Uh-oh, we lost the connection. Leonard, we lost your connection. And it worked perfect a little while ago. Let's see. We're trying to get my mother back. I think I'm going to call back. Let's see how this works. Nope, I got you. Your connection was weak. Well, I'll introduce you to my mom as soon as the connection comes on. Let's see. Update. I've got a video I'm launching tonight, kind of like what I did there's the camera. Kind of like what I did yesterday. I can raise the camera. When I raised it, did it work good or no?
What do you mean?
To see the tablet better.
Yeah.
It's kind of at an angle. Let me see. So I kind of found a really sunny place. And so I'm going to plant there. And then something that's so exciting, I've got a hummingbird. I talked about that. Her two babies fledged today.
Yeah.
And she built a nest about 15 feet from the other one. And she's got 2 eggs you checked this morning. Let me see if I can fix the camera a little bit more. Mom, I don't see you. Well, now I see you. There you are. Let me see. I'm working on this. This is something I've never done before. That's my mother. Oh, look how good. Look how cute. It's. I haven't even seen. Now I can see you from the screen.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to adjust it.
And let's see. Excited to catch you live. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever scheduled anything live. I've never done it. I didn't know what buttons to push. I was afraid to push the done because I thought it would delete everything, but I guess I did it, so I figured that out. Wave to the audience. This is my mom, Evelyn. Just wave. They'll see you, Mom.
Hi, everyone.
Can you hear my mom when she talks? Say something, Mom.
I think it's better you don't. Hi, everybody. Laughter is the best medicine. Be well and good health.
Can you hear my mother talk on the tablet? Let's see. Yay, Robbie and Gary. Oh, Donald. Oh, Donald. Donald. And this is going to go by quick. Is that Nola? N-O-L-A? How do you pronounce that, Gary? I don't want to.
Nola.
Nola. Hi, Nola. Marty. Nikki. Nikki, I said help.
Vesna.
You're really good at names, and I'm terrible. Karen. Donald again.
And Karen says, yes, she can hear you.
Oh, they can hear you, Mom.
And Donald said, laughter is the best medicine.
And you can't. Well, you can't see the people. Are you trying to see the people, Mom? That would be entertaining. This is the first time you've ever done anything like this, like FaceTime or anything, right?
Yes, first time. I hope it won't be the last.
Oh, they can hear you fine. So, anyways, gee, I haven't seen. None of us have seen any of our family in weeks.
I know. It's a shame what happened to the world.
Well, you got Leonard there and him coming up and down and stuff. Oh, Karen says, you look beautiful, Mom.
Don't put your eyeglasses on.
Who? I don't have glasses on. Oh, she's talking to my dad. This is, I don't know if I should raise the camera a little bit more. I've never done anything like this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you touch up my face?
Donald hopes this isn't the last. What, Mom?
Can you touch up my face?
No, I can't. This is not Photoshop. The last time I did that, they wouldn't even let you on the bus. So let's see if I can do that. Yes, my mother wanted it. Oops! My mother wanted her picture touched up for something, and she looked like she was 16 when we were done with it. No, you look fine. This is good. Oh, I can barely see you, Gary. Can you?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Your eyes are bad.
Okay, so no. So what's Daddy doing?
Probably watching TV in the other room.
I think that can't. You know what? I see what's going on. So answer questions, Gary. Answer questions while I
okay.
try to figure out how to do this right.
Hey, Taylor. Hi, Robbie and Gary, and especially Mum.
My name's Evelyn.
Her name is Evelyn. Let's see.
That I can still remember.
Oh,
They can. Donald says they can hear you.
they can hear you good, Mom. They said you have a very nice smile.
Tell them all to take off their glasses, eyeglasses.
So they want you want them to take off their glasses. She doesn't want to be seen.
Vesna Stewart says she has her glasses on.
Oh, that's right. She's got her glasses on.
Marty Bauer.
What kind of jokes would you like to hear?
My mother wants to know what kind of jokes do you want to hear? Evelyn.
Do you know how to make cold soup?
If I stop talking, you know what? You're going to start over when I stop talking. When I stop talking, they'll hear you. Go ahead, Mom. What'd you say?
I said, you're always a great cook. Do they know how to make gold soup?
Do you know how to make gold soup? She wants to know. Does anybody know? Nope, they don't know.
Tell them to add 14 carrots.
Add 14 carrots, she said. I'm hoping you can hear her. I think you can. No. Oh, Magic Mia 69 says, "Hi, Evelyn. Gold soup." Yep.
Yeah, DC said gold soup.
Oh, DC said gold soup. Okay. What do you have? What else do you have, Mom?
What can't be used until it's broken?
What can't be used until it's broken? I have no idea. I don't know what can't be used until it's broken.
You use that a lot.
An
An egg.
egg. Nikki Van just got here.
And should I go on?
Yeah, an egg. Oh, DC said an egg. You know which one I like? Oh, go ahead.
Did you hear the rumor going around about butter?
Butter? The rumor going, no.
Never mind. I don't want to spread it.
Oh, Donald's yelling more and more. Donald Kenning's yelling more and more.
What is the shortest month in a year?
What is the shortest month in a year?
May. It only has 3 letters. What do you call an X that just got out of the bathtub?
What do you call an X that just got out of the bathtub?
A Kleenex.
A Kleenex. Oh my gosh. They're laughing. I wonder if you should close the window.
Where is the best place to see a man eating fish?
Where's the best place to see a man eating fish? I don't know.
At a seafood restaurant.
A seafood restaurant.
Want more?
Yeah, go ahead. She wants to know if you want more.
Where is the largest diamond in the world found?
The largest diamond
In the world found.
in the world found. I don't know.
On a baseball field.
Oh, that's good. That's funny. Where's Daddy?
Probably hiding in the other room. He's got peace and quiet now.
It's got peace and quiet now because my mom's busy. Oh my gosh, you got people laughing.
What do you call the last tooth that you get?
What do you call the last tooth that you get? I don't know.
False teeth.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Do you do this when you go to bingo? When you
I do. I was doing this when I was young at school. My mother had the greatest sense of humor, always told me jokes to tell the children. Then when we joined, my husband's a Navy vet, and we would volunteer for around 40 years at the VA hospitals, and I tell them jokes, and I tell jokes at the senior center. And I always wanted to be a stand-up comic, but now at my old age, I'd be happy if I could be a sit-down.
Wow.
Okay, let's see. If a man rides to a farm on a Friday and stays 4 days, how can he ride out on Friday if he's only there for 4 days?
If he rides out to a farm on Friday and he's only there for 4, I don't know.
Friday is the name of his horse.
Oh, I could get back and then you can see me too. Oh my gosh.
Karen Bowers just.
Oh, yeah. Karen says you need your own channel. See, you're going to get your own channel.
I don't know who would listen.
Wow.
What do they call someone who can stick to a reducing diet?
Sure.
I don't know.
A good loser. What did one penny say to the other?
What did one penny say to the other?
Yeah. We should make more sense.
Oh my gosh.
How do you buy time?
How do you buy time?
Get a watch.
I was going to say herbs, but
Let's see, we want another one. What's at the end of everything? Everything. What's at the end of everything?
G?
The letter G.
Ooh,
You got that.
I got that one. Okay, wait a minute. Hold off for 1 second. Okay, Taylor wants to know what's new or what are you planning this year?
Planning this year?
No, well, what are you planning? He's asking us, but what are you planning this year?
A garden, I hope.
Leonard, I got my brother planting a garden. I know for the first time they've got a really big garden. This year, I think we're planting as much as we can. We're going to start What are you planting?
Well, hopefully I'll get more squash planted again. I didn't grow any last year.
You didn't grow any squash last year?
No pumpkins.
Oh, pumpkins. I'm gonna grow delicata. I've been going through my seeds, and I'm gonna get a lot of zucchini going. Especially the wall I found this morning. I don't know why I didn't use that wall, but I'm gonna be putting up a lot of plants, just everything I can. And I unfortunately right now I'm not going to the nursery to buy any starts, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of my own seeds and cuttings. So there'll be a lot of dinosaur kill, Swiss chard, and lots of onions. Walking onions, garlic chives. I'm just going to start going through my seeds and see what I can plant. I'm still debating if I want to plant watermelon, but I might plant watermelon. Robbie is, did you say cheating? Okay, what else you have, Mom? I haven't even seen my mom in weeks. I haven't seen anybody in weeks. This is the first time I'm seeing you. Can you see me? You can see me, right? Okay. I wonder if I can raise this.
What word has the most letters?
What word has the most letters? I don't know.
A mailbox.
No, a mailbox. Marty says, Marty's laughing. Then he said, Gary, I put in, what is this?
Cut veggies to regrow. The celery root is already up. Yeah, I've been putting in everything, beets, anything that I can think of that will regrow.
Daddy should wave soon. I haven't seen Daddy either.
Jerry, nobody's seen you. Maybe it's better. It's enough they have to see me.
Gosh.
What do you call someone who sleeps with a light on?
What do you call somebody that sleeps with the light on? I don't know.
A light sleeper.
A light sleeper. Oh, that's cute.
How many apples can you put in an empty box?
I'm going to say none because it's empty. I don't know.
Well, how many can you put in?
I don't know.
One after that isn't empty anymore.
One. DC said one. Oh, man. Marty said, oh, man. Oh.
What did one plate say to another?
What did one plate say to another? I don't know.
Dinner is on me.
Deep thought.
This man goes into a restaurant and he says to the waiter, do you serve crabs in this restaurant? And the waiter says, we serve everyone.
I'm not sure on that one.
We should, well, if a crab walked into the restaurant.
Okay, I see. All right. I'm really bad at jokes. Oh, Karen says you're brightening up the day. I'm not turning on the news. I didn't turn on the news today. I'm not interested right now.
Why did the baker stop making donuts?
Why did the baker stop making donuts? I don't know.
Because he was sick of the whole business.
He's sick of the whole business. I like that. That's cute. I haven't heard that one. You've never said that one before.
Why did Robin Hood rob the rich?
I don't know.
The poor didn't have any money.
The poor. That's true. That's a good one.
What 10-letter word starts with gas? A 10-letter word.
A 10-letter word that starts with gas?
You have to know how to spell it. Automobile.
Oh, automobile. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one either.
And here's another one. What candle burns longer? A red one or a green one?
What candle burns longer, red one or green one? I have no idea.
Neither. They both burn shorter.
They both burn shorter.
Should I still go on?
Oh, Rochelle's there. Rochelle says, hi, Mom. You go, Mom.
All right, here's one. A newly married man asked his wife, would you have married me if my father hadn't left me a fortune? You know what she answered? Honey, the woman replied sweetly, I have married you no matter who left you a fortune.
I like that one. They want you to keep it coming. You know which one I like? I like the peach one. Do you remember that one?
Which one?
The peaches?
That's a long one. What?
You want to? It's a long one, but I like the peaches.
This elderly lady, can you hear me?
They say they can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, I moved my finger on something.
No, I moved it. You didn't move anything. You're fine. I moved it.
Okay. Let me see if I can remember. This elderly lady was arrested, and she went in front of a judge. Her husband, the older man, went with her. Her husband sat down in the front row. The judge said to her, why are you here? What did you do? She said, well, I was in the market, and I stole a can of peaches. He says, why would you do that? She says, I don't know. I was very hungry, and I didn't have any money. So he said, how many peaches were in the can? So she said,
a little louder. Just talk a little louder. Keep going.
There were only 3 peaches, she says, in the can. She said, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. How about if I give you 3 days in jail? Her husband, sitting in the front row, put his hand up and started yelling, please, Your Honor, can I come up and say something about my wife? Yes. Come up and tell me what you want to say. She also stole...
Oh, no. Oh, no. We lost you. Leonard, you're going to run at the cliffhanger. Wait a minute. You may have to start over. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. Are you say something, Mom? Leonard. Wait a minute. The connection went. That's okay. Go ahead. Start when he got. I think you're back. Go ahead. So he goes up to talk to the judge.
He said to the judge, can I say something about my wife? He says, yes. What else do you want to tell me about her? She also stole a can of peas.
Oh, no. He's yelling, oh, no. Oh, my gosh. I like that one.
Because there's a little bit of a delay, I don't know if the oh no is from the lost.
I'm closing the window because you got the fire department and everything going up there today.
I thought maybe the neighbors were complaining.
No, the neighbors aren't complaining. Oh my gosh, I like that one.
Wow, this is the one. We belong to the American Legion, and we have dinners there every month. And we have this big cook there, the chef. And I went up to him one day and I says to him, why are the cooks and the chefs so mean? So he backs away from me. And he says, why do you say that? And he's pointing to himself. I says, well, that you beat the eggs and you whip the cream.
Where did you get all these jokes?
For years. This is how I entertain myself when I can't sleep at night.
With
And
the,
then I tell this when I go to the day hospital and the senior center. A lot of the senior centers, I tell them jokes, and they all laugh because a lot of them have hearing aids. They don't hear well.
oh my gosh.
Where was the first donut cooked?
I don't know.
In Greece.
Grease. Oh my
Should I go
goodness.
on?
I don't know. She wants to know, do you want to hear more?
Or next time? Maybe they had enough.
She thinks you've all had enough of her. Oh my goodness. It got quiet. There it goes. Yes, they want you to arts pro.
They probably shut it off.
She thinks everybody left. Daddy should wave and say hello. He's still hiding, huh?
He's sitting in the kitchen.
He's
Gary, want to say hello?
More jokes. They're yelling more jokes. You're a quick wit, Evelyn. This is lovely. Hey, when do you get to meet? Oh, that's right. They want to know when they get to meet the World War II vet who's hiding in the other room.
Yeah, I guess he said you have enough of me. He stays out of way.
Well, he can just wave if he's behind you. He's somewhere.
No, he's not behind me. He's in another room. He's in another room enjoying himself watching TV.
Oh my goodness, he should wave. Leonard, you should get him. If Leonard's watching, you should get him to come wave for a minute because they want to see a World War II vet too.
Tell him
You guys,
they had enough of me. They'll see him next time. Next time we'll put just him on.
you got married right after World War II, right?
I met him a year later. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I met an older man, so I married him. I felt bad. He was 17 when he enlisted in the Navy. He came out of a very broken home. He was raised by a grandmother. He enlisted at 17, and when he met me, right after he met me, I was out of high school. He proposed marriage. He wanted to marry me. He bought me a ring, a marriage ring, and I said, no, I'm going to wait a year. I'm too young. And he promised that he'll wait for me if I promised to marry him.
I'm going to tell you, you got a lot of people out screaming just to see Daddy for a moment. See, my dad served, Arts Pro served on the CP boat, World War II. Please, my grandpa was in World War II vet. Come out and wave. They just want to see him wave. Come on, Leonard. They're saying, get Daddy. Grandpa Purple. Oh, her grandfather has a Purple Heart. That's Arts Pro. Tell your pop thank you for your service. They're thanking him. I'll get back to that one later. Grandpa was at what? Guadalcanal. See, my dad was in. Oh, you've got a lot of people that their parents were in World War II.
You know, you'll have to put him on next time when I'm not on because he's sitting with a bathrobe in the other room and he's too tired.
Yeah, but he could just wave.
But he's in a different room and he has to walk with his cane. And you'll see him next time. He'll go on himself, and he'll tell you about the Navy.
Or next time he'll go on. I thought he was going to wave. Heroes can be shy. Come on, they're saying. He doesn't want to. He can't peek his head around the corner and wave? No? He can't.
No, he's in another room. So he's
all right.
Watching. Then he has to get up with his cane, so he's whispering.
All right.
He's got peace and quiet now because I'm on with you.
He's got peace and quiet. They said we understand. Well, tell him to yell hello. Just
hello, Gary.
He yelled what? Oh, I heard that. He yelled hello.
Yep. Lost vision in one eye. He's not doing the greatest of his health. And I take care of him day and night. I cook for him, give him his medicine 3 times a day. Take care of him all night when he can't sleep.
Okay, Rochelle's putting on the boat that Daddy was on. Did anyone else have any relatives on that ship? Rochelle just put a ship on there. Because he said he was going to come on for a minute. I guess he changed his mind, but he will. He's got his full wits with him, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Another time then. He'll have the time, and I'll listen to him talk.
Well, he's not a big talker unless you can get him to tell a story. And he tells his war stories sometimes.
And he was a great pickle maker. He used to make the best pickles.
And that I remember well. That I remember. At the pickle plant and at home.
Yes.
Although,
And he used to make pickles for everybody in the neighborhood. He used to make a barrel outside the back door, and they all came for pickles. And they used to watch us leave the house so they can open the barrel and get their pickles. And all the kids in the area, remember?
sweet or sour, they want to know.
Sour
Yeah.
pickles with no vinegar. Sour pickles with pickled dill and a lot of garlic and Brian.
I remember that. Yeah, no vinegar back then. Wow, I remember. I used to go with Daddy to the pickle plant.
Yes. And then we were very involved with the veteran hospital, and we still are. We go there and we do bingo games with the vets. We bring them refreshments and food.
Rochelle wants
Very
Daddy to
involved.
tell the story about birthdays versus anniversaries, but he doesn't want to come out right now, Rochelle. He was going to. He changed his mind, so maybe next time.
Yeah, next time you'll have just him on, and you can ask him all the
You
stories.
can't have just him on. He's too quiet. He won't say much.
No, when he starts talking about the Navy or his pickles or his work, he'll talk.
Nicky Van Altena, be sure he brings his pickle recipe.
His pickle you have a pickle recipe too, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, he could tell his pickle recipe.
that's for sure. Okay, I enjoyed. I hope they all enjoyed, and you'll get your father on next. We'll prepare him.
Yeah, I thought he was going to come on. He said he was going to, but I guess he doesn't want to. Your mom was a delight, Vicki Williams said.
He'll come on another time, he said. He's in another room, so he doesn't want to.
Oh, well, he's watching a movie. Painting of their service ships?
Yeah, she's talking about her father.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Robbie.
You want to, you're going to go off? You want to sign off already?
Yeah, and this laughter is the best medicine. And I wish the whole world peace and good health. And I'll end off with saying this. Happiness is not having everything you want, but happy with what you have. And I pray to God. My mother always said, you can't buy health for money. So I pray to God we all have good health and we find a cure and we have peace in this world from now on with everyone. Everyone's treated like you want to be treated. My mother used to always say that, treat everyone like you want to be treated, and peace and good health for the whole world. And thank you, everyone, for listening to me. And I pray to God for, I'm very depressed with what's going on. I pray we get a cure fast. I love you all. Thank you.
Oh, I love you too. Rochelle said she loves you too. She just said, I love you, Mom.
Okay, tell her I love her 3.
She can hear you. I think you can hear her, Rochelle, right? So, yeah, Rochelle can't go there either. I can't go in there because you can only have, right now, really one designated person, right, Gary?
You can start rating. Like Marty Bauer said that was beautiful. Arts Pro said amen.
Oh, what a treat to your
Jane.
mom.
Yeah.
Yep, Rochelle can hear everything. Yeah, Rochelle, this is the first time you're seeing Mom too in weeks now. Like me, it's the first time we're seeing. I should have had you on FaceTime too. Nice to meet your mom. Everybody's coming in.
Karen Bowers, it was wonderful. Thanks for the jokes.
They're thanking you for the jokes, Mom.
It was my pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it.
There, thank you, Evelyn. A lot of people coming in. DC, thank you. I know you've got a ton more jokes.
Yeah, another time.
Yeah, another time. I know you're probably tired.
I don't want them getting tired of me all at once.
Oh, well.
So good health and peace in the world. I hope we have a cure. I can't wait.
Well, neither can everybody. And I think the only thing we can all do is kind of do different things to take our mind off of things and try to keep our spirits up as long as we can and do other things. That's what basically it's all out of our control. So all we can do is, like we do, we're staying home. And when Gary does have to go out, he masks up. You put everything on, glasses. You change your clothes.
Change your clothes. Yep.
He changes clothes, and I haven't been out since 2 weeks ago, Friday, and I don't want to go out. And that's it.
I know.
And hopefully, all we can do is pray that this thing you know,
I can't wait. I hope.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say. There's not much I can say about it, and I don't think anybody knows what to say about it. And so we garden, and now you've got a garden. You haven't seen your garden. Leonard hasn't taken you out to
I
see.
haven't gone out of the house now.
I can show you the garden. Leonard sent me a picture of the garden, but you should get Leonard. Leonard will take you outside if you want to go outside and see it. It's right out back.
I don't know. I've been sitting in the house very depressed.
Okay, but you should go out and see the garden. Leonard put up a beautiful garden. Lisa went and bought,
Robbie's,
I know you can't see my eyes. I can't duck all the way down. Robbie, we can't see your eyes. You don't need to see my eyes. You're seeing my mommy. Lisa was quick to get things going. And I think this, let me see if I can. That's what you got in your yard now. That wasn't there 2 weeks ago. Can you see it?
I'm not sure whether she's watching a computer monitor or the.
Oh, she's got the
camera.
little thing in the. Wait a minute. What?
Isn't that what she'll say?
She'll see what I see. Can you see that?
I'll see it one day.
Yeah, you'll see it. Just go up.
But I've been very tired, so I stay in.
Well, it's good to get fresh air. I'm very big on following Dr. Perlmutter. He comes on Facebook every day now. Every day, and he went and got himself a big garden going because it's so important. You know, just in his yard in Florida, and he said fresh air is good, so we should go out. Is that Rochelle still saying she can't see my eyes again?
No, that hasn't moved.
Oh, it hasn't moved. Okay, so that's it. So we'll garden, and we'll order food. You know what Deborah said today? That's my daughter. She said, what did she say? She can't believe that she gets bare essentials, stuff that's not even that important to her, in an order that normally would mean nothing. And she feels like today she won the lottery when it got delivered.
I know.
So, and then I ordered, I don't know if it's going to come, and I'll talk about it. Hopefully it will. I ordered 10 bags of Miracle Grow potting mix. And I figured, you know what, I might as well. Even though Gary's got wood chips and stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and order it anyways. I ordered cheese. I'm actually ordering more things that are wrapped, easier to wash and clean. And we'll see what comes. Like if you order a gallon of milk, you can wash the outside and clean the outside. I ordered cheese because it's prepackaged. Frozen food is prepackaged and things like that. But then we've got from the garden that we eat mostly now. So that's it. Well, I can let you go if you want to go, and you can wave goodbye. I don't think Leonard's going to come down while we're on.
Okay, very nice. Good help. You're doing a wonderful, wonderful job, Robbie. Everything you do.
Oh, no.
Proud of my kids. Thank God. I've got good kids. He's proud of you all. And I wish for good health for you and the whole world. Peace. Thank you.
Okay, then I'll turn this off and see you. Do you have hummingbirds out there?
We should always.
I want to see, because my mom hasn't seen the hummingbirds. Open the window. Here, I can get through. I think I can get to it better than you if you move over a little bit. Oh, now they're gone.
Where's your hummingbirds?
Yeah, right behind me. I'm going to see if I can do something. I filled up the feeders just before I started, and they've been coming in. Oh my gosh. They've been coming in so many numbers, just huge numbers. Let's see if I can turn this around.
They all left?
No, they don't go far.
It's kind
I
of
thought maybe the hummingbirds didn't like my jokes.
No, they're fine.
kind of bright outside, so.
Oh, the sun now. Yeah, it won't work.
Oh, you can see them a little bit.
Here, grab the camera. Watch the camera and do that because I've got it all tied up, I see. There's the hummingbirds.
Okay, that's better.
And the Oriole's been coming in. Look at that. And now they'll leave. It's like, what?
Very hard. You do a wonderful job.
See if I can get this up a little bit. Ah, the hummingbirds. Yeah, it's just funny. Here, I can turn this around right now. No, it's okay. It's just funny because I can order something like cheese that Gary and I like, and it can be bumped. But if I get bumped sugar, it really upsets me, the sugar. But now I ordered a lot, so we're good for a long time on sugar. They're eating so much, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable how much these hummingbirds are eating. I don't think they've ever eaten. Do you know what? Oh my gosh.
What?
I know why they're eating so much. Because nobody's feeding them. They can't get the sugar.
Yeah, that could be. They might have.
I didn't think about that. They can't get the sugar, a lot of people, because there's another lady that had a big site in Southern California, and she ran a live camera all the time, and she pulled the whole thing down on YouTube, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
that could be.
Because I went nuts trying to get sugar, and the only reason that I had sugar, and they can't see you right now because I turned the camera around. But they can still hear us. The only reason that I had the sugar during all this, when there was no sugar in this area, was because I had gone to Walmart and Gary went to Walmart. This is before all this. And I bought 50 pounds a couple weeks ago. And then you went and bought 75 pounds.
75.
So we had the sugar. So
So
other people don't have the sugar and they can't spare it.
yeah, and people that have maybe one feeder in their backyard or whatever, they may not be doing it as well. And it could be people in our neighborhood.
Rochelle wants to know the recipe. The recipe is just a quarter of a cup of white sugar to 1 cup of water. That's it. And what I'll do real soon, because I have my method of doing it, even though it's exactly the same, I do 2 cups of sugar to 8 cups of water, but I have a standard container that I use. So I know I put in 2 cups and then I add in some boiling water. I stir it. And then once it starts to melt, I throw in some ice cubes real quick once it melts and then fill it up with cold water. So it's the same measurement, but I already know how the container is. I didn't think about that because the hummingbirds have been coming in more and more and more every day. And I thought it was because they were, 1 cup to 32. No, you're getting me confused now, Rochelle. It's 1 cup of sugar to 4 cups of water. You won't need that much. You'll just need a quart. Tell her. You can talk to the camera that way.
It's fairly simple math.
I'll call her.
One cup of sugar, 1 part sugar to 4 parts water. So if you have 1 cup of sugar, you have 4 cups of water. If you have 2 cups of sugar, you have 8 cups of water. It's the ratio of 1 to 4.
That might be, DC. I couldn't figure out why every night there's been more and more and more hummingbirds. And I'm thinking 8 ounces, I guess so. 8 ounces of sugar to 32 ounces of water.
Yes.
Yes. But, they were so desperate when I went out. I was taking the feeder in and out, and they were all over me. I had one in the house today. I have no idea how it got in the house. I had to let it out the window. I didn't think about that. Every time I used to go to well, the hummingbirds are coming because there may not be that many people putting out sugar water right now because sugar is hard to get. And then my friend that works at a big grocery store said that there's a shortage of sugar and flour because a lot of people are now baking. So they're buying up flour and sugar and all that. And yeast, he told me. A lot of people are buying up yeast. What is that?
I think it's, I'm not sure. I think it's a
Fire truck?
fire truck.
They might be just hanging out. I don't know.
Or they might be training.
Oh, is that the fire truck?
Sounds like an engine.
That's this or no?
Yep, there it is. It's an engine.
Is it the wrong way? Nope, that's it. I'm turning it the wrong way. Can you grab this? I'm not doing this.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone?
Yep.
Just out of fire, the fire engines came up here. Does he want to come on for a minute or no? Are you talking to Daddy or no? Ask Leonard if he can get him to wave because everybody came in to see him wave too. Talk to them. I'm taking. The only thing is.
Yeah, I think it's good to do small amounts at a time. Yeah, I see. Tail is you. They're probably moving into your area now.
Okay, I'm in the other room. I'm in the other room. Gary's talking to everybody. And Rochelle's been waving to you. I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. She's been waving and saying that. No?
Yeah, those are oranges. Yeah, those are oranges, Doxy. I'm not sure whether they're Naval or Valencia.
Okay, I'm in the other room. So this way I'll come back. Well, ask Leonard if it's okay. Is it okay? Okay, wait. I gotta go back on. Let me go back. Yeah, Leonard. Let me get this back though. Okay, I gotta get this back now, real quick. Okay, you're back on. Almost. I never get this thing right. I had it differently before, didn't I? Okay, you're back on, Mom. Yeah, slide that over. Oh, you can't. I have the window open. And you know what? Just leave it. They come in, they'll go out. Oh, there's my dad. Daddy! Hi, Daddy.
What do you think? Is it Santa Claus already?
So how are you doing? Rochelle, Daddy's on. Say, all you have to do is say hello. People are yelling, hi, Dad, not Rochelle. I don't know if Rochelle must be still there. Other people are coming in yelling, hi, Dad. So all you do is sit and Rochelle's yelling, hi, Dad. You just sit and watch TV all day?
She asks if you watch TV all day. He likes to watch TV.
I know.
He likes the old black and white movies.
Well, I'm afraid somebody's going to steal it, so I'm going to watch it.
He says that he thinks someone's going to steal the TV, so that's why he watches the TV all day.
Oh, he watches all day so nobody will steal it. How funny.
He likes watching his old black and white movies.
Rochelle said you're wearing her favorite hat.
Her favorite, tell the backup she gave him.
Oh, this is the bathroom.
Yeah, Rochelle gave him
No.
The hat, the Navy hat.
No, she said you're wearing my favorite hat, Daddy. Look at that. My dad, I'm not going to say how old you are, has a full head of hair, too. That's a good sign, Leonard. That's a good sign for you, right?
I don't know.
Look at that. Everybody's yelling hello. Oh, so Leonard. So now Leonard's telling jokes. Rochelle is my sister, by the way, that's up there, if anybody's wondering. And none of us have seen each other, so I figured, you know what, let's try this. And this is different. So now you get to see Daddy, Rochelle.
Okay. He wants to go back and watch this TV show before he misses it.
Yeah.
I love you, Daddy.
Okay. Say hello to everybody.
You can say hello. Just say hello.
Hello to the world.
What was your ship again?
And that.
What was your Navy ship?
Oh, what's the name of it?
The NAP, the destroyer.
Yeah, it was the DD. Yeah. DD.
CD now. Okay.
No,
CD.
DD. It's
Oh, DD.
DD.
DD map.
Yeah.
That's right.
653 was the actual number of it.
That's the correct.
Six what?
653.
653. I've got to write all that stuff down. Oh, Rochelle's putting it, the USS Snap. Yeah, Rochelle's, and she's yelling, I love you, Daddy. I love you, Daddy. Well, at least you get to all rest now. And Leonard, you're going to have to show them that garden and get them out and teach them the garden.
Yeah, I will get them out there.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll let you guys sign
Hello
off.
to everybody for me.
They say you look great.
Bye now.
Take care. Stay in the house.
Okay.
Thank you, Leonard. Thank you, Mommy. I love you, Mom.
I love you all. Take care. Good health. And Keep up the good work, Robbie.
No, there's nothing, and we're just gardening.
And try to rest.
There's not much else to do except work around here. What else can we do? Doxy, 1914 is yelling, hello, parents. You look great. Take care.
God, they all have bad eyes.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Should I sign off, Leonard?
Yeah, we'll do this again soon.
Okay, because I know she's got a lot more jokes. She's collected jokes for years and years and years. And usually you would be doing this at bingo when you do the bingo for the vets. What is it? Once a month you do that, right? You and Daddy?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, every month and twice a month at the American Legion.
That's right.
And once a month at VA Hospital, yes. For over 40, 50 years since he was out of the service. He's been helping in the hospital, volunteering. We'll never get fired because we work for free.
So there's absolutely, Leonard, there's absolutely no bingo or anything going on right now, is there?
Oh, no one's allowed around there, the hospital and the patients. I don't know what's going on, but we feel very bad. And we want to make the veterans, the VA hospital, we go to the one in Westwood. We hope to God we can make them a nice big party for all the vets that couldn't be coming around anymore.
Well, hopefully soon enough, things will go back and be able to do something.
One more joke I just thought of?
Okay, she thought of one more joke. Okay, go ahead.
Like when my husband goes to the eye doctor all the time, he's losing vision in the left eye for injections. So the man that checks him in, we told him, this man took one day off and he was fired from his job. And when I told it to the man that checks him into the hospital, he says, how terrible, he fired him for taking one day off? I said, yes, he worked in a factory where they made calendars.
I like that. That's cute.
Okay. Tell everybody thank you for waiting and listening to us. I hope we didn't ruin it for you, Rob.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love you all. Take care. Keep up the good work.
Okay, and we'll have to do this again, Leonard, so I can at least see my parents.
Yes. Okay, and tell them not to wear their glasses.
You just want anybody to wear their glasses. All right, bye, okay. Molly.
Bye.
Bye. I love you all.
I love you all.
Thank you for listening to us.
All right, bye. Say bye to Daddy. Bye, Leonard.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she's waving. You're waving? Go ahead, wave. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Good health.
What do you say again when you're going to do it again? Your hair has us to say?
Oh, I'll be here all week.
Oh, I'll be here all week. Okay. All right. Bye, Mom.
Bye. Love you all.
I love you too. I'll call you later.
Thank you.
All right. I don't even know how to hang up. Oh, wow. Well, that was different. She hopes that she didn't ruin our channel. Oh, I can put this out the window if you want to talk. You had some garden questions, and it's so sunny now, though. So sunny. I've got a better setup now to put the camera out the window. Maybe we should just not do that right now. Maybe we should put it back here, and then I can do the hummingbird one better. Let's see if I can raise this up. No. Okay, I got to figure out how to do this. Oh, there we go. All right. That's the first time I've seen my parents in weeks. Oh, we can pull that a little bit if you want to. Oh, you can't. That's right. I have to lower the screen. Forgot about that. Because the screen pulls on the inside, and then I can only close it. So, anybody had garden questions? Garden questions. I'm going to check and hope. Let's see. Walmart's got. Let me see. I can turn this a little bit. Walmart's got, I shouldn't say until I get my order. No. Walmart's got potting soil, Miracle Grow on sale right now. It is only 1 cubic foot, but I can make it last longer because I'm going to add in basically, everybody's saying they love my mom and hello. And I will make sure I will read this all to her later. Pamela also. Hi, Pamela. Thank you so much, Pamela. Let's see. I'm so glad I didn't miss the stream. Anyways, I'm going to make it last a little longer. My friend this morning, we were talking, and he was telling me he uses a lot of potting soil. I'm talking about Craig.
Yeah.
And he said one won't go that far. And I said, well, I bought 10 bags, but he's got that great big pepper tree outside. And he said he's got like 2 feet of the leaves. And I told him, if you haven't raked anything, you dig into those leaves and it's going to be great to use as soil. He went outside with his cell phone while we were talking and he goes, oh my gosh. He started digging and digging. It just was all broken down, all the leaves.
Yeah, he's been pruning branches for a long time and just throwing them in a pile. And yeah, he's more of a product type guy.
He likes buying a lot of stuff. Yeah.
So now, he'll start to sort of, do a little bit of composting, I guess.
Well, what he's going to do is he does a lot of flowers around his yard. So he said he's going to fill up his big pots and he's going to go out there and dig into those leaves that have been piling off the pepper tree.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know. He never looked. He dug this morning and he said, just looks like soil. So he's going to put that on the bottom. And then he said he had the chicken coop. There's no chickens. He gave the chickens away, but he hadn't cleaned the coop yet. So he's going to add that in. And then on the top, he's going to get some Miracle Grow and put that on the top. So he's layering it. And I told him to throw some leaves and stuff in there, green leaves too. So he's going to layer it to save money because we're all going to have to save money a little bit if we can. Okay. A. Taylor, she uses leaves for 20 years now. Yeah, he never knew. I was talking to him this morning and I said to him, you don't clean your yard. I said, you must have a pile of leaves out there. I was thinking of that Chinese elm. And is that what he's got there? Yeah. And I said to him, maybe he can use leaves from the Chinese elm. I don't think they're toxic. And that's when he told me they used, I didn't know. He said they broke branches off when he worked at the zoo years ago. And he used to give the Chinese elm for the monkeys to chew on. So he knew that those leaves were okay. But then he looked under the pepper tree this morning. So that's going to be really good as far as soil. So he can redo his pots and everything. Because I think he's going to take off of work. He's got to take off of work. I really want him to take off of work. He works in a grocery store, but he's 65. And I don't think at this point he should be working in a grocery store, not at 65. And now they've got him bagging groceries and everything. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, I think he can do it that way. I'm going to stretch mine. I hope I get it. I'll know in 2 hours if I'm going to get 10 bags of Miracle Grow and get me started. Because I'm going to do that whole wall. So what else do you have? Do you have any other questions? No. Pamela planted beans, jalapenos, herbs, and she's ordering more seeds. I saw one of the seed companies I buy from came back, and he, instead of having 1,000 different varieties, he's got 40, but at least he's starting. So yeah, that's good. That's good. And start collecting your own seeds too periodically. Even if you don't plan on using it right away, if you have something go to seed out of your peppers or the beans, put a few away just to have. Can't hurt because they'll last years and years. You're planting more beans? What'd you plant? I'm planting green beans right now because they're tough. They're really tough plants and they grow so fast.
Yeah, the only beans I've got growing are
I'm gonna plant yellow beans
broad
too.
beans, or I'm trying to think what they're called here. Fava beans. I planted those in the fall, and I'm going to let some go to seed so that I'll have seed for next year. And we ate some last night, actually.
Yeah, you picked them green, and they were really, really good. It was interesting. You only brought in 4. I think there were 3 of them about that long.
Yeah.
And then you had a little short one. And I made some minute rice instead of you making your regular rice. And after I made the minute rice, while it sits for 5 minutes, I cut them up, washed it real good, and cut them up and put them in there and stirred it through the minute rice. It was really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, I like them because you can eat them at a couple of different stages. So you can eat them when they're just starting to form, and use them like green beans. And then later on, there's different stages that you can use broad beans or fava beans for. So
yeah, A. Taylor says we need to grow our own food. Oh my gosh, we really do. Even if it's a pot in the window, like I have a sunny window here, I could be growing a tomato plant if I wanted to. My friend grew a tomato plant in his living room, and it was full of tomatoes in his living room. The fava, how do you say?
Fava.
The fava beans, you bought that as starts. They were already planted.
Yeah, I bought them as starts.
Nikki's back. Okay, I didn't take any of those. So you planted all of those. How do you fill your feeders all around your yard? Let's see. I run outside and bring 2 feeders in at a time to clean and fill them. I actually do one at a time. I'm afraid sometimes for me, if I pull too many down at one time, then they won't be. Is that what she's asking me? Or you? I thought you said something.
I'm not sure.
How do you fill your feeders? I do one at a time. I only take one off and one at a time so they don't panic that they're disappearing. That's all. That's just my thing. It doesn't mean it's right. That's just the way I do it. Here, especially here, one at a time. If I'm doing in the yard, I usually have a lot of those from the Dollar Tree or a 99-cent store. And so what I do with that is I have extras. So I can fill it, have it ready to go, take it outside, bring the other one in, wash it, and have it ready to go back. The ones in the window here, I've got a whole bunch in the window. I take one off at a time so they don't panic. If I take too many, they'll come looking and scurry around like something happened, it disappeared. So I just take them off, clean them really good, scrub them, and then refill them and put them back. Pamela's going to save some. Yeah, you save some of your beans. Just let a few of them go brown and dry on the plant, and then save a few. And you don't have to save a whole lot, just a few. Let's see. Looking on the bright side of this, hopefully more people. I think more people will garden. I have been trying to get my brother to garden for a long time. I told that story. I gave him, he came over, I gave him a tub. We started him few little earthworms in there, nothing to speak of. You threw in a bunch of wood chips in there.
Yeah.
And he went home, and for like almost, I'm going to say 2 years probably, he took care of it like they were pets. He's got a tub now, a massive tote full of earthworms, and now he's gardening. I don't know why he didn't do anything before, but now they're gardening. Now they've got a garden. I can't, it's going too fast now. I wonder how you do so much when do you, oh. I'm not a big sleeper, and I think I'm worse now than before. I don't even know how to answer that one. I sleep. I do sleep. I kind of, right now, there's certain shows that put me to sleep. I turn on QVC or HSN, and that puts me to sleep. Sometimes last night I let the TV just go with Hallmark because Hallmark's playing Christmas movies. If you've got a smart TV, which we now have a smart TV, I can turn on Hallmark and you can go through. They have a list of movies in case they're off and they're playing Golden Girls or something. I don't know. The Golden Girls don't put me to sleep. So I'll go pick a movie and just let it run. It seems like the movies are putting me to sleep. I don't know. I don't get a lot of sleep, probably. Maybe less now than normal, but I'm okay. I really do quite well with very little sleep. Let's see. I order my seeds from MI Gardener, and seeds are only 90. Well, that's good. Wherever you can get seeds right now, some of the people have disappeared. Some of them are coming back. Any place you can get seeds.
Yeah.
And that's important. If you like his seeds, absolutely get his seeds. You're used to them. That's perfect. And that's good because it's important to have some seeds, and you don't have to plant them all. I've showed how I do it in paper cups and stuff. So you can do a few at a time so you can be real frugal with your seeds, especially now. Oh, Barbara C. Oh, no, you missed the jokes. You can go watch it afterwards. She said she's going to come back. At least my brother got my dad to come up. He was hiding in the other room watching TV. Let's see. Anyways, I admire you and your energy. Thank you for your YouTube channel. Thank you, Virginia.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, we enjoy doing it. So
yeah, I like it. My mother thinks, I don't know. She thinks I'm working too hard. What am I going to do? I can't sit still. It's like, oh, these days you should be resting, she tells me. I think I'd go crazy if I had to sit and rest. I think when you sit, especially things going on, and it makes it worse.
Yeah, you get out into your garden and you step away from things.
And I'm going to have to admit, there's been times I wanted to do a video and I just don't feel like working on it, or my mind goes somewhere else. But I have been getting myself back together to try to get more content up on gardening and stuff. And then I really do want to put this video together. I've got so much footage going on right out this window. How far would you say from us behind this, where that nest is? I don't know. I'm really bad on measurements. You're really good on. You won the bean contest.
Where are you? What was the question?
How far is that nest from here? 20 feet?
Where
we're sitting?
I would say 30 feet. 30
feet? So 30 feet from where we're sitting on the other side, right around the corner outside the house here, that crazy hummingbird, it might be the one that built it on the house right out my window out here for 2 years. She now has built a nest. She is raising, she's raising 2 chicks that left the nest this morning. And then about 15 feet down, she built another nest. This is why we're going through so much sugar. And she laid her second egg this morning. Yesterday there was 1, and then you checked it this morning and there was 2, and she's sitting. She sits on her eggs. She goes and feeds the babies at the other nest, and then she comes back and sits on her eggs. I have never seen that before. I think that's crazy, but I have never seen that before. And I wonder why we're going through so much sugar.
So Sharon Romero, I've got my Malabar spinach up against a retaining wall where it's in full blazing sun. And I've also got it around one of my ponds where it's in partial shade. It's like sunshade all day. And the ones that are growing the biggest right now are the ones that are in sunshade. But I really don't know whether it matters a lot with it. Malabar is the area on the tip of India. So if you think of where that is, that's going to get very hot. So depending on your climate, I think I would try it in partial shade and full sun and see how it goes.
So it's basically a plant that is forgiving to either one.
It's very forgiving.
And it depends on her temperature, her weather, and a lot of different things. It's like stevia. When I bought the stevia, it said on the thing, must have full sun. So I put my first one in full sun and it fried. No matter how much I watered it. Now I have it in how many hours? 4 hours of sunlight. And then it gets shade all day. Yeah. And I grow so much stevia. So I would try different places. And they grow good in pots. I've got them growing on the deck in those small floral pots. And they just took off right on the deck. And they're starting to come up now from seed. I haven't even planted anymore, and they're coming up on their own. Oh, you're going to have them all over.
Oh, yeah, I'll have them all over now.
The seeds are everywhere.
Once the weather starts warming up, let's see, with the bees are doing well. They haven't split off yet. I was kind of expecting them to split off. But I believe I know the hive where they originated from, and that split off a couple of days ago. And
I'll be right back. I think Lulu went down.
And the bees are still in a swarm out front in a tree, so they haven't moved on yet. But the hive, I think they're the same bees that I got mine from, because they're pretty mellowed bees out front.
Let me go get Lulu. She went out in the other yard.
Yeah, I haven't really done anything with them. I've just let them be. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to work on projects, but now I've got I've got more time to work on projects. I'm obviously home more, so maybe I'll get some of my beehives set up a little bit better. So they're still in the owl box that I built last year, and they seem happy in there. Nothing's bothered them. So I just walk past, I look in, and they seem to be doing fine. Yeah, Barbara C., where my Malabar spinach is, it does get afternoon shade. I mean, we're kind of more coastal, and we rarely get above 100. We do a couple of times a year, but yeah, it would do well in the afternoon. It would do well if you had shade, depending on your climate. And no, I'm not planning on collecting any honey. If I had a box set up a little differently, I would definitely collect honey. But because it's the box they're in wasn't designed for bees, it would be a little difficult to sort of get in without busting things up too much.
This is not the time to learn how to collect
No,
honey.
I'm answering questions. And
no, I know that, but this is just not the time.
I'm answering
All right, go
questions.
ahead.
Let's see.
There's no way you could really collect the honey in that box.
No. And no, we don't have to feed them over winter. We're in a mild climate, so there's always something flowering in our area, and they are active over winter here. We do have a lot of other plants that we plant for the hummingbirds. Cape honeysuckle, different things are flowering throughout the year. And the peppers, the Chinese peppers, they call them California peppers here, but they frequently flower. I think they flower a couple of times a year. So and bottle brush. Right now they're feeding heavily on the bottle brush.
What are they feeding on all winter?
Whatever they can find. But some people feed sugar solutions to their bees.
Lulu, she went down the stairs and couldn't get back up. She's getting old. Got my two old ladies. Yeah, my two old ladies. Okay. No, that was Lulu. Let's see. Tell us about your Yorkie. We have Yorkies, and then I've got a Yorkie that's a mix. My first Yorkie. She's 3/4 Yorkie.
Yeah, and someone mentioned the other day that they asked whether we had a Maltese, and it's funny because our neighbour's got a Maltese and they have a similar bark. So I guess the Yorkie, I think she's a Yorkie Chihuahua mix, and she's got a bark similar to a Maltese.
You are such a brat. If she thinks I'm going to pick her up, she runs. You run if you think I'm going to pick you up. What do you think? I'm going to throw you outside in the yard?
Hey, Taylor, I will be planting cilantro this year. We've got a cilantro story.
Go ahead. And, Deborah's, yeah.
Well, you know it better than I do.
Well, she didn't know what it was. It came up in her yard. She sent me a text yesterday. She says, what the heck is this? But then they said it tastes like cilantro, which means they're eating something they don't know. And it just grew in her yard from last year. The plant died. And then the seeds just dropped. You can finish the story on that.
Yeah, so a seed must have dropped 15 feet from the original plant. And they were in the garden cleaning things up, getting ready to plant. And they saw something that they didn't recognize because it had already gotten tall.
And she found that yesterday in her yard, that tall plant in front of the chair. She said, they've got a cilantro plant. So they were really excited because my daughter and her husband and, okay, I can't say the kids because the kids are pointing and dad's doing all the work. But yeah, they planted cilantro and now they're going back into the garden to try to clean it up. And so they've got a garden going. So they're going to have all kinds of stuff in that yard. Because I asked her if she's got a garden going. She said, no. And she had all that squash. But then she said, oh, I've got broccoli growing wild and all this stuff. So she's got a garden. Doesn't matter if it's wild. So they have cilantro and stuff going. So Pamela's planted the cilantro already. You don't plant cilantro. It sells seeds, right?
No, I haven't had cilantro for a few years.
Oh, it's not coming back anymore?
No, I had it a couple of years ago.
Is that the seeds I bought a few weeks ago? Coriander?
Yeah.
Okay, I went and bought slow bolting at the nursery. I haven't planted it yet. In fact, I laid it down somewhere in the package and I can't remember where I laid it. I know it's around here somewhere because I saw it the other day. I'm going to have to go through all my seeds. But you had it growing all over. Just stop seeding?
I didn't have a lot growing.
Okay, I'm thinking of rocket.
Rocket, I've got
That's what I'm
a
thinking.
lot. I've got rocket that's flowering now, and I'm going to leave it to self-sow.
Pamela, on this stevia, I do use my stevia, and what I do is, I think I have a video on it. I use that in my tea, is what I do. So when I go out, I pick, let's say I'm going to make chocolate mint tea. I'll pick a whole bunch of leaves, I'll wash it real good, and stevia, put it in a plain old blender, blend it up, and then I'll put it through a strainer, pour some hot water over it, and then the rest cold, and it's so good. It makes the chocolate mint taste really sweet. So, and you use the stevia by just picking it.
I pick it and I put it in my tea as well.
Oh, you
I
got
haven't
it in
got
there
any
now.
today, but a couple of times a week if I think of it.
The stevia in the back room that you were going to set up, and I know all this mess, we really never got that into it. The stevia in there is like that tall.
Yeah.
And the stevia that's in the front yard on that table, it's real bushy, but it's really short.
Yeah.
The stevia in the back room just took off. I'm going to pull it out soon anyways.
Yeah, if we get a little bit more warmer nights, then we can start emptying the back room.
I think I took something. I took out the tomato yesterday. That's right. Or yesterday, the day before, that tomato plant. And then Pamela wants to know if you collect honey.
No, I don't. I didn't get these bees for the honey. I really got them to have extra pollinators around. So, no, that's why.
No, I know, but at this particular time of the year, I would not even, I'd be screaming if you were going to attempt to try something new, is what it is. That's what frightens me. When I tell you the beehive that broke off the other day and you told me you were going to go climb up the tree to go take a look at it. And then I thought you were serious, but you didn't. They're still there. Then I found out you went on the roof to go to pull palm leaves off.
Yeah, but the palm leaves I had to because they were ripping off the tiles in the wind. So,
well, I don't know. And right now we got to be careful on everything we do. Everything we do. I watch where I walk. I look down a lot and take things, kind of slow, just slower than, because I rush normally. So now I try to really slow down and think about things. Like I was going to, the other day, just hike right down to your garden down the hill. And I thought, maybe not, because nobody knows I'm down there. Maybe I should grab a hiking stick with me when I go, just in case. So I figured I'd wait. I'm kind of thinking before I do something, even gloves. And yes, I went out in the garden, grabbed a few little things without gloves, but I'm trying to make sure I wear gloves. Just be a little extra cautious right now. That's all. Let's see. I've been putting in my French press. Oh, and adding it to hot coffee. I add mint sometimes. I don't think I have any, but when I make my mint tea, I freeze it as well. Any leftover, I didn't drink it right away. Like I make it in the afternoon, and if there's any leftover, I make an ice cube. I make ice cubes out of it, and then I can pull it out. Wait a bit and add the goodies. Oh, that sounds really, really good. We don't have a French press. Minted coffee.
We do somewhere.
We have a French press?
Yeah, we used to somewhere. And I don't remember where it is now. It's the one that you have that little, it's got the plunger on the top.
That's a French press?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I do have. Okay. Yeah. That's right. I do have that. But what I try to do for myself is I try to blend it for me. So this way I'm getting it. It's not a green drink, but I know I'm getting particles from it and getting some of the green. But I know what that is. I was using that.
Yeah.
I was using that. So yes, but let's see. Wet vegetables are heavy feeders. I need a compost in place container. Heavy feeders. Heavy feeders are really all your squash, your pumpkins, tomatoes. Would you say peppers are heavy feeders? They like to be they're a little bit different because they like to dry a little bit in between. But I would still compost in place with them. What else would you consider heavy feeders? Your bananas, your papayas.
Yeah, bananas and papayas. But
as far as vegetables, she's saying.
Yeah, I know. That's the two I put more effort into those than anything else. So anything else kind of has to fend for itself, really.
She picked it up at Walmart. What did Barbara C pick up at home?
The French press.
Oh, the French press. Yeah, I think I do have one. But see, what I do is I have this, and then when I blend it up, I just pour what's blended up in there, pour a little bit of hot water in just to get it started, and then I top the pot up with cold water. And then I just add it to my water that way. But French press is good too, absolutely. So Walmart, well, you can buy things online. I'm not going to the store right now.
And the stevia, yeah, we just add that with mint tea, the mint, or
That's mainly I use it with chocolate mint. I use it with peppermint, and I use it also when I make your oh my god, spearmint. But that I do a little differently. I put spearmint, lemon verbena, and then stevia in that.
Yeah.
Because the lemon verbena really makes it taste better. So I like it that way. So that's the way I use that. And what else is there? I'm going to go check my Walmart order soon to see what's going to come and what's not going to come. I think this will be my last order in a long time. You're going to grow me lots of food and keep me well fed, right? You're not even listening.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm trying to read
I know.
The Morning Gardener's on. Hi, Morning Gardener.
Oh, Morning Gardener. Hello, hello. Karen, yes, I am staying home as much as possible. I mean, that's what my parents are. My brother's trying to keep my mom from watching the news. I don't know how you do that when he's not there. They live in a duplex, a big duplex. And so she lives downstairs. They've been there forever. I was basically raised there. And they live upstairs, and they have a nice big yard. Hello, hello, Morning Gardener. And so he's the only one going down because I can't say how old they are because I've said this, she's 39 years old. Don't worry, she's aged. For many, many years, not too long ago, she was 29. Now she's 39. So he is, he's the, I guess you would use the word caretaker kind of, because he's bringing them food. He's going shopping, or they're ordering food. And then he's wearing a different set of clothing to go in there. And he's whatever they need if they need something. I mean, my mother takes care of herself. They cook, she cleans, she does everything that you and I would do. So she's taking care of herself, and she takes care of my dad. And he sits and he watches the different TV shows that he's not real big in the news right now, but my mother wants to watch the news. And then of course she wants to watch the other shows that are going to make things even look, like, I don't want to name the shows, but more sensational, which is worse than even, it's already been enough. So he's trying to get her to watch other stuff. So I wish she had YouTube. She does not have YouTube. And she's never FaceTime. So that was different. She's never seen that before. That was new. She's very old fashioned when it comes to things, but she said she would do it. It was interesting. She told me the other night she's been telling herself jokes at night. And she said, I'll come on and tell jokes. I was surprised. And I said, yes. So she did. She'll come back and do more. So we'll see. So far, everything's been really nice and really nice. I shouldn't jinx it. And usually the trolls come in and then I got to go looking through it. So, but I'm staying home. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to garden. I'm going to have to get even more creative. I think more about things as far as making sure we use all leftovers. If there's a little of something left over and it's not good enough for the dogs, if there's onions, I make sure that I can do something with it. So I want to make sure there's no waste when it comes to good food. Otherwise, it'll be composted. I am composting everything now. I told them, if we have chicken bones, you're composting it. I was going to I thought I would do a video or something on, well, we don't have any newspapers anymore from the grocery store. That was interesting. And I took an old grocery store paper that came in the mail, and I was going to put it in water, and I thought, just get it wet, roll it up, lay it out, and show, look, soft toilet paper. But instead, I took the newspaper from the grocery store. You weren't here. And I dropped it in the water. I've never seen anything like it. Tap water. It disintegrated. My friend knew about that. He told me because he works in the grocery store. They're using the cheapest paper. It literally disintegrated in the pieces. And I thought, well, that's good for composting. It literally just fell apart to pieces. So I'm composting everything. Paper, I threw paper outside, and when I went and lifted it, it was just full of earthworms. Because remember, the paper in the United States, pretty much all of it now is made with soy ink. So it's fairly safe to use. Besides, we're not even touching the grocery store papers.
Now I've got one of those trash cans set up with the foot pedal, and I just all the grocery papers, any mail that's not important, and even some that may be later, I'm just dropping it in there, and we'll check it out later.
Yeah, well, we don't need it, so that's a good thing to do with it. I'm not running. I don't even know if they have the stuff in the ads anyways, and who's going to run to the store to get it. So Walmart does have their potting soil on sale for spring, so they must have pre-ordered.
Yeah.
And so that's still coming in.
And thanks, Donald. That'll hopefully direct people to the video Robbie made on making the mint tea, 27A.
Hey, look at that. Oh my gosh. Gotta hire this guy. Somebody asked me to look for something the other day. Did you pull it down? I have no idea how to organize the videos. I can't even find my own videos when I go to look for something. That is so hard because I'll name it something and then you go back to look at it, but you're thinking, well, I did it this way, so I must have called it this, but I didn't. And so I am having a hard time finding my own video. So that's good to know. So I do have exactly how I made the mint tea on there. So that's one thing I have a problem organizing things so I'm getting better though. I'm getting really good to find clips I want to look at. I'm starting to label everything multiple ways so I can find it when I want to go back and look for it. And she wants a link to it. Somebody asked me, a different person asked me, they wanted to see how I set up the deck. And I couldn't find it, but I did find it. I put the link up.
Donald said I could put a link here if it was okay.
Yeah, sure. If you can put a link, go ahead. And I can't find my mouse. I want to make sure it went all the way down. It did. Yeah, if you can find the link, go ahead and paste the link in. I did that when I was on my other computer. It's easier. I have my other computer in the other room has 2 monitors, which I love 2 monitors. And so I can look for something there and then do something here. This is just one TV monitor. But yeah, go ahead and put the link in. What else do you have to say? And then I'm going to garden. I was going to do a video on kitchen scraps because there's been a lot of people saying they don't have kitchen scraps. So I want to say, it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You're going to have kitchen scraps when you start growing. As soon as you start growing, you're going to have kitchen scraps. So I was going to work on that and soil, but it was like sunny. And then all of a sudden it looked like it was going to rain and it was alternating. And I did a video once like that and I looked like it was going dark and light and dark and light. So I decided I worked on other stuff. You were working on your video.
Yeah. Which I want to clip the there must be a clip somewhere of it. I think I might have even used it. A goldfinch, a lesser goldfinch.
I have the clip.
Feeding on a sow thistle.
You have it?
I couldn't find it this morning. It must be somewhere. I know I've seen it.
Thistle. I've got a lot of clips because I just run around with my camera of goldfinches feeding on sow thistle and lettuce and collard and
what file would that be?
Mine.
Okay.
It's on my computer on the hard drive under birds and animals, I think it's called. I've got, and then I actually named each one, and then it will be in there. But I don't think I've got one on. You wanted it on feeding on what?
Sow thistle.
Oh, that? I've got tons of that.
Okay, because I mentioned it.
I was thinking, you were saying that, but I was thinking stinging nettles.
No.
Okay, no, I've got tons of that. Tons of videos.
That was the only thing I didn't have for the video I was working on this morning.
You just bring over your hard drive and download any of the ones you want off the main one. Yeah.
Yeah, part 2 came in a few days later.
Okay, Rochelle, it's years ago when I turned 39, my son couldn't understand how I could be the same age as grandma. The next year when I turned 40 and grandma was still 39, he didn't understand how she could be 1 year older. Yeah, I can't say how old she is. See, I do it differently. I've gone into a store and I've had quite a few years ago. I went into a store and a girl asked me how old I was. That was quite a few years ago. And it was like, I wasn't shy. I told her I was 84. You should have seen her face. I'm not 84, but that gets a better reaction. It was like, oh my gosh. And she was like screaming and so I like that reaction better. Go ahead.
And DC, everyone has weeds in their yard in place of kitchen scraps. And that is actually the video I'm referring to that I was working on this morning.
He just ruined my video. That was the other thing when I said, can I pull them? And you said, not yet. Remember?
Yeah.
I was going to show that's kitchen scraps. Kitchen scraps is any food you bring into the kitchen. It doesn't matter as long as, well, it doesn't matter. So, okay, well, we don't have to do that video anymore. We'll leave that for DC now. But that is true. The weeds are good. My brother who was just starting the garden, has a whole side yard of weeds. That's also on my phone somewhere. And he sent me a picture and said he's going to pull it out and he's going to throw it all away. I said, what do you mean you're going to throw it away? He said, I don't want it. And you stopped him. You told him, don't you dare throw that away. Not at all. So now he's pulling it out and he's saving it. On top of that, his lawn needed mowing. And the guy across the street was mowing his lawn the other day. Remember he told you?
Yeah.
And he ran out and he asked the guy, could you mow my lawn? And the guy said, yeah. And so the guy mowed his lawn and his own lawn. And then he told him to throw all the grass clippings in the backyard. So he's learning. So he got all the grass clippings. What am I looking for again? Oh, Leonard's weeds. Yeah, he was going to throw them all away. And look at all those weeds that he's got. Let's see if that'll turn. He's got all these weeds and he was going to pull them out the other day. I don't think, there we go. That's gold. I told him, don't you dare throw that away. Even if you're not going to use that right now, you pull them all out and just pile them. And chop, if you want to use them quicker, just cut them up and leave the pile going.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure what, well, the if is something I will never ask a streamer to do. I'm not sure.
I don't know where you're looking.
Oh,
Where are you?
Donald, right up the
There's
top.
Donald says, well, the if is something I will never
Yeah.
ask a streamer to do.
Okay, I'm not,
I
because
don't know what if means.
No, that was the question with the mint tea.
Okay, okay. See, Rochelle, my sister put out feeders. Anything she can do to entice them to come back. I'll send them your way. For now, put it out in the open. You don't have to put a whole bunch out unless you want to, and just put a little bit in. If you're just putting in feeders out now, just a little bit, because otherwise you'll be throwing it away in 4 or 5 days. And put them out where they can see them. If you're buying regular feeders, I don't know what kind of feeders, but if you're buying them like from the dollar store, they recognize that and they'll fly through and they'll see it and they'll come down. They check out a lot of stuff. That's why I can get them to eat out of anything.
Yeah, good morning. Now, Filipino first names are difficult because
Matilda.
it could be Matilde. They're difficult because sometimes the letters aren't pronounced the same. But
I can't even pronounce them in English. So what's the good morning? Good morning.
Yeah, I can pronounce Madrid, but
you can pronounce
the
everything.
first name is always a little tricky.
Oh, she's got random lettuce and potatoes. This is Ashley. She's got, I just saw I have random lettuce and tomatoes growing in my compost bin. That's how I grew my potatoes. That's my first potatoes. They came up from the skin. And lettuce, you must have had some lettuce seeds around. But if not, they can come up if you've got the bottom part of the lettuce. They can grow that way. But a lot of stuff comes up in my compost bins. Tomatoes, peppers. Oh my gosh. You even had once you peeled an ube. That's what these are, right?
Yep.
You peeled this and you told me you can't grow it from peeling? Surprise, surprise. You can.
Matilde will know.
So you can grow it grew and I was growing it in my yard. I don't want to grow it this year. So
if I break the skin of that, I should.
Well, you should. If you break the skin, just cook it already. It's
no,
good.
I mean, it's going to bleed.
Oh, but yeah, he was peeling it and they were growing in my compost in place in my containers. And this year I want to concentrate on other stuff.
Yeah, this is my purple yam or ube, and I have that.
Oh, wow.
I have that in place of potatoes here. I don't do well with potatoes.
See if I can get that up. Maybe not. That's just, there we go. Look how purple that is inside. Oh, now I got all over
Yeah,
me.
it bleeds purple. That's why I got a napkin.
And that you should do because I'm not buying
Yeah.
potatoes from the
Because
store right now.
they taste like potatoes, but they're smoother and, I think they're better than potatoes. But.
C. Taylor, no one in her area is growing food besides us. There should be a lot of people starting to grow food now. Especially now. Let's see, my yard is full of foxtail weeds. I trashed them all.
If you pick them before they go to seed, then you can safely use them straight in your compost. But if you pick them and they've already gone to seed, you could bury them deep and compost them still. That's my opinion.
Yeah, they would have to be, or she may be able to rot them.
Yeah, or you could rot
Just
them.
Put them in a bucket with water, put a screen over them, let it rot the dickens out of it, and still put them towards the bottom. But anything rotting like that, the plants love it. I throw a lot of collard leaves or it doesn't matter, any type of leaves in a bucket. And when it stinks, I just pour it into the plants, and that's the best plant food. It's kind of nature's plant food. It works really good. But you have to be careful with foxtails because I know that's sometimes if in doubt, then go ahead and throw it out, especially if it's foxtails.
Okay. Donald says only moderators can post links in the chat.
Oh, okay. Donald, do you want to be a moderator? And he thinks I'm kidding, and I am not. I'll try to go in there. You said it was, when was it? November.
That'll be
I can go back and look for it. I may go look. I may
up.
check my order and go look for it and let you do the talking. Beautiful purple potato. They are beautiful. Hello from Texas, Mike and Kathy James. See, how do you know when they go to seed?
That's the prickly brushes are the seeds, the seed heads. And when they first start out, they'll be they won't be formed right, but it's the prickly brushes that are the seed heads. And even if you remove the seed heads and compost the grass part of it, you should be good. If you want to go to the trouble of doing that, you could just cut the seed heads off with a pair of scissors, throw them out, and save the grass part.
Okay, Rochelle's asking the same thing. She's got foxtails. Yeah, it's the seeds that are going to grow. That's the only thing that's going to grow. If you've got a lot of weeds growing, then maybe just throw the foxtails away if you want. It might be easier, and then save the other weeds. But that's the only thing that's going to grow on it. It can't come back even from the roots when you pull it. It's dead.
It's an annual. So it just grows one season and then it's done. We've pretty much eliminated it here because we've been tenacious at.
That's for Inspired Ebony. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking to her. Go ahead.
We've been tenacious in pulling them out, and if you constantly pull them out, then you'll get to a point where the only ones that'll grow are the ones that are blowing in from your neighbor's yard. So it's less work after a period of time. Let's see.
No, he said he will never ask, but if we want him to.
Okay.
Well,
he would not turn it down.
Yeah, I still have to figure out how to do it, but maybe so. I mean, I trust him. He's always around. So sometimes you need somebody, especially, okay.
Yeah, another name for foxtail is hare barley. That's if you Google hare as in rabbit, HARE,
oh my gosh,
and barley, BARLEY, you'll come up with foxtail.
Okay, Inspired by Ebony Love. Her whole yard. We used to have the whole yard, and little by little we got rid of it except for one area because it can only grow by seed.
Yeah.
So it's a pain, but you can get rid of it. If you don't let it go to seed and you continue, you could get rid of it in a few years. pretty much. You may not, something will always blow in, but you'll get rid of that quarter of the 25 acre?
No,
Oh,
a quarter of an acre.
okay, a quarter of an acre. I was going to say 25 acres. You can get rid of it though, because we did.
Yeah, we did.
Because it was all over the back. It was everywhere. And you've got to get it and not let it go to seed. So you either have to weed whack it or pull it out. And if it doesn't go to seed, it can't come back. It can only come back from the seed.
The problem with string trimming it is if it's at the seed stage, you hit it with the string trimmer and you disperse the seeds everywhere. So,
well, that's why you have to do that before it goes to seed.
Yeah, if you do that when it starts to get a little bit of height to it, and then the second crop of seed, it won't have the strength to produce as much seed as the first crop. So you do that the first time round and reduce the load of the strength of the plant. We've done that with, we meaning me, I guess.
What are you talking about, Bermuda? No,
not Bermuda, tumbleweed or
tumbleweed.
Russian thistle.
Oh my gosh.
Oriana Fisher.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Oriana Fisher. You know where that's going? It's going for sugar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and it will be feeding the hummingbirds. You can't believe, and it's funny because this is what I was talking about earlier. I'll order something, cheese. Gary likes his pizza and stuff. The cheese doesn't come. No big deal. But if they cancel my sugar, I just go nuts. And I am okay on sugar, but I'm still ordering sugar because I can't run out. Everybody's thanking her. So it really makes me excited to get sugar. It's crazy. Yeah. It's like I wouldn't know what to do if I couldn't get sugar. I don't even know what I would do if I couldn't. But right now we're good. So don't worry about it. And I'm still ordering. Even though I have sugar still, I still put in orders for sugar because I don't know what's going to happen down the line. Let's put it this way. There's a few people that I'm sure are thinking about me now because I'm the crazy lady and I found my receipt. February 4th was in the stores begging people to buy soup. And they all thought it was crazy. I went in there and I started buying soup and sugar. We started buying soup and sugar.
Yeah.
But just a feeling. It was a gut feeling, and I had a man buy soup for his parents. But it started around February 4th all the way down. That's why we didn't have to go do a mad rush like everybody else did to go look for food. So we're okay on soup and stuff from the garden.
Yeah.
And then I just keep ordering sugar just to make sure. I just want to make sure it still keeps coming in because I didn't realize until just sitting here talking, there's been so many hummingbirds that I realize now there's got to be a lot of people that can't get the sugar. If they're ordering it and they're not getting it, they're not going to put it out for the hummingbirds.
Oh, okay. So if you hit the 3 dots there,
what happens? Let me see.
Then you could add him as a moderator.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
I didn't even know that. Everybody teaches me something. There was another one on one day, and she was trying to teach me what to do one day when you weren't here. There you go. You should have a wrench by your name. Oh, he has to accept it now. I read that because I was going to put Anissa on as a moderator, my granddaughter, and then and I know she's busy with her college work, and it said it emails them and it says you've been selected. Do you want to do it? Blah blah blah. And then I thought I wasn't going to bother with her right now because I know she's doing college from home. So I'm waiting to see if he's going to get a wrench. He's got a wrench. Look at that. He's got a wrench.
That's
you
awesome.
will not regret that. Well, if we do, we'll be taking you off. I know it can be put on and taken off that easy, but we're going to leave it. So what else do you have to say? Again, how do you say her name again? I want to thank her again.
Oriana?
Yes, thank you. I really don't expect it. You know, I want people to buy and get what they need. I live to serve. Oh, I want people to buy and get what they need, and we all have to work to get through this. And I've talked about this, whether people like it or not. We're all going through this, and I'm not going to ignore the Elephant in the room. We've all got a problem and we're all going to have to deal with it. The way I'm going to deal with it is garden, and I'm not going anywhere. And then you're really not going anywhere.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
So, and I think Gary's afraid you think I'm loud. I was screaming at him. I was screaming at him last week. Do I talk about it?
No, that's fine.
Oh.
Hi, Laura. And Nunzio from Italy. Hi, Nunzio.
Now, am I allowed to say why I was screaming at you?
Hoppy Bob. Hi, Hoppy Bob.
Are you trying to?
No, I don't. No, I'm just as they come in.
No, that's good. No, what happened was my first order came and Gary didn't know. That's okay to say, right? You don't care.
No, I don't care.
Oh, and I was out in the street screaming. He ran to the car for the order to help to unload the groceries. Now you know you're not allowed to go up to them or go near them.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
It was too close for comfort.
Okay.
That's all. It was just too close for comfort. You're supposed to let them, they're supposed to come and drop it and leave. And then, well, you're doing all the cleaning right now on that, really.
Yeah.
You're taking it in and cleaning and, so, well.
Yeah, I just have steps. When an order comes in, I clean it or repackage it and clean it. And, you know.
There's not too much, though. I wanted to buy a bottle of Tylenol to have. I can't believe there wasn't any Tylenol to get.
Okay, that's awesome. Donald just put up the link to the video.
He's getting a kick out of this, Gary. Look at that. Oh, let him do the work now. I don't have to do anything anymore. See, he gets to greet people. He's got that link. Look at that. And he's all lit up pretty blue. He's pretty blue now. Isn't that cute? And look, everybody's coming in to talk to him. We can just sit back and whatever. 40%
of his town, his city in Italy,
are gone.
Yeah.
I'm glad my mother's off now. We're trying to get her not to watch TV. It's just that's what Leonard, she's doing. She's watching 2020 and all these different things on there, and then she's coming up with stuff I've never even heard of. I am so sorry. 40% in a city. No, we're not there yet.
Yeah,
this is the beginning.
Yeah, we're in Southern California, and it's just, I hate to say it, it's just starting to come in, and people, I don't know, people aren't responding the way they should. So that's all I want to say on that.
Oh, there's nothing I can say. You know, I can say I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can say. It's just, you sit here and you think 2 months ago, you would never in a million years believe this.
Yeah.
Of course, my daughter was all over me in January on this. Something's happening. And, but I don't know what to say. I want, where's his name? How do you pronounce it? I want him to be safe. To be safe, just wash your hands, stay safe. I'm literally not going out. Like my mother was on earlier, if you weren't here, and I have not seen my parents. My grandson's birthday is next week. He's not having a party. He's okay. He understands. He's going to be 14.
Yeah.
And he's fine. He understands what's going on. So he's not expecting anything. It's just all these people and that everybody's lives have changed for so many reasons. And it's just, I don't, my heart bleeds for Italy. Yes, that's what Ashley said. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
It does. And then we're going through this here. And then you have people trying to keep this without getting, I'm going to just say, that are absolute idiots that are running around pretending nothing's going on. I don't understand that. And I mean, going out and to the beach and partying with friends. And I don't understand. I can't understand that. I really, really can't. So you made the comment until they know somebody. You made that comment this morning.
And until they see a recognized name or they know someone that's been affected by it, that's when it'll become real for people.
Rochelle's talking to them. My sister's Rochelle up there. She's talking to them too. And So it's scary. And then my friend who didn't even think about it, was 65, is working at the grocery store. And I said to him last night, you're taking off. That's it. You're taking off. And he said, well, nobody else is taking off. I said, yeah, but you're 65. He says he's in good health. Oh, he might be watching. Well, I know that he wheezes and has allergies and stuff, and he doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I was reading.
No, go ahead, read.
That.
I am so sorry for Italy. It's very depressing, and I'm glad you're here and you can talk to us. I want you to stay well. I hope your family's well. And what do I say? I hope we can get through this. I don't even.
So his town is 7,000 people.
Gone?
Yeah. No, that's the size of
Oh,
his
that's the
town.
size of the town.
So they're sending in military trucks to recover.
Mm.
And my brother-in-law, Robert, his real name is Roberto.
Okay.
He was,
he's Italian, right?
He's Italian. Yeah, I believe he grew up in Australia, but his family is from Naples. So I'm assuming he would have cousins and relatives still in Italy.
Oh.
Because his parents immigrated when he was.
I never even asked your sister. She just told me she's keeping him home.
Yeah.
Because he's got some health issues.
Yeah,
so.
I've got family members in Australia that are higher risk.
Pneumonia is brutal. I got one pneumonia shot, but again, I heard this shot doesn't really help for this. I got one pneumonia shot a year ago, and then they were going to give me the second one this year, but they said it was too close. I don't know what happened. I don't know. So my thing is just out the window to stay home. That's all I can do is stay home, but I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I mean, there's nothing you can say. 7,330 last week. How do you pronounce the name?
Nunzio.
No, that's not going to come out right. Nunzio. How is your family? You and your family.
Well, he's got, he's pneumonia.
He's got pneumonia right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Pneumonia, but not the virus itself yet?
Virus. Okay.
And then definitely stay home, stay away, and that's all you can do. I mean, I'm going to admit I'm leery ordering things. That's why I want to be ahead on the sugar. I've got, you've got in the room, you've got 2 25-pound sacks. Yeah. That we bought a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Then I've got the whole bunch of 10-pound bags that I bought just as this started. So that was about 2-3 weeks ago. And then I've got bags from the grocery store still in the cupboards that are 4-pound bags. I've got 2 or 3 of those. And then I ordered last week, I think. I don't even know what today is. Sunday. This past week, I ordered 3 50-pound sacks that finally came. You talk about, like Deborah talking about the lottery. I was so excited. They came, and what we're doing is we put those away so they sit. So we've got them when we need them, and this way they sit. You didn't clean those off, did you?
What?
The sugar, the 50-pound bags?
No.
You can't really because it's paper.
Yeah, because it's paper, I just isolated it.
Okay, so the doctors came and to do the test on me and my family. Fortunately, we all are okay. You're still scared. No kidding. Just entertain yourself on YouTube. And I don't know if you can garden there or not. I don't know if he's got room with garden, but stay home right now. And I'm hoping, how's the weather there? Would it be the same weather as ours? Like, would they be going into...
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I would.
Okay, because my hope is as the weather warms, from what I've heard, it's got a fat cell, like the regular flu. And as the weather warms, it doesn't like warm weather. And unfortunately, it'll probably come back in the winter. But it could die back. And that's what I'm hoping. It might die back.
hello, Sam's allotment diary.
Oh, I have no words. Yes, he has every right to be scared.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's
In Naples, it's not quite as bad.
yes. Naples is southern Italy, so the worst part is northern Italy,
Mm.
and I guess working its way down. I don't know how far down because we don't really get a lot of news.
No.
It's tough to find information.
Our news, we don't even know what's going on in other states, basically. You don't know from state to state. Sometimes we know California knows what's going on in New York, but you wouldn't even know what's going on in the rest of the states. Yeah, no, you wouldn't know what's going on in Hawaii or Alaska unless something really traumatic happens. You don't hear anything unless you go to the internet. And it's made for basically entertainment, a lot of our news. So I don't really know what's going on. You hear New York, because we've got what's called world news, and world news is based out of New York. That's why you hear about New York. You don't hear about the world that much. Very little.
Okay, he's in the red zone where everything is delivered.
Well, there's police in the streets. If you go out without permission, you'll get arrested. Food, medicine, stuff are delivered. And that must be working. I guess it's working. I don't know what to say. What can you say besides I'm sorry? And this is, this is just, like I said, we're just starting. I don't know what's going to be. I think of 2 weeks ago Friday going to the store when I just wanted to get the glasses, and you see thousands of people all crammed, and now you're hearing the cases starting to go up here.
Yeah.
I just hope they come up with a vaccine that they can trust. That's what, they've done it with smallpox and polio and different things, and that's the only thing that really I'm hoping for. What else can they do? Me too. Notice the news are not complete. So he's got the same thing. The news isn't complete.
Okay, so in the UK, I'm assuming Sam's allotment diary. He can't even get to his allotment.
A lot.
Well, he hasn't been going to his allotment, which would be the perfect place, to get your food from. But the UK police have just been given new powers to keep people in their homes.
Yeah, so he looks to YouTube to see. Just make sure you're getting good stuff from YouTube, and some people are putting stuff up there that may not be good. So I'm sure you know which are the right ones to look at. Wow. Wow. I will keep you all in our prayers. I wish I had an answer or a thought. I have, my brain usually works on how to work things out, but I don't know on this. Say something, Gary.
No, can't think of anything.
Yeah. Microgreens. I don't know what I did with my microgreens. The only thing he could do in his house.
What
There
are
they
these?
are. You bought me, you can get from the feed store, if you've got any feed stores, green seeds. And that's all I did the other day is I threw this is red wheat. Look at that. So I can now clip this. And even though we don't eat gluten, this is still fine. And that's what I want. This is just in a container I had, holes on the bottom, a little tiny bit of potting mix in there. And now you could actually clip. And this is just sitting in the house here. Just clip and use something like that.
Yeah.
And that would be, anybody could do that. And this is supposed to have more nutrition than almost anything else. And that's just growing in a container. That, if you've got a feed store, we've got feed stores here. And, that would be for horses, chickens, whatever. I'm not talking pet store, feed stores. They're now offering a lot of them to deliver. And one of them locally is offering to deliver anything you want for $5. So you could get yourself 25 pounds a week. You bought what, 25 pounds? You buy it in 50 pound
I buy
size?
them 50 pounds.
And then you can just make your own in the house, and then you could cut it and start multiple containers. This is only 5 days old. So this is ready to go yesterday. So you could have a garden in the house. I haven't even done a video or anything on this one, but this is red wheat. You could call the feed store if you've got a feed store and ask them what kind of bulk seed they have. I would go with what? Can you sprout peas? Because you can get peas.
You can sprout peas. You can sprout, pigeon mix. Have a lot of different types of peas in it.
There you go. So you can buy a pigeon mix. You can buy red wheat. And it's cheap. When you go to the feed store, you can get like 25 pounds. What do you pay? Do you know offhand what you pay?
No, I don't remember prices.
But it's like $20 for 25 pounds or something.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Yeah,
and it will last you a long time.
The thing is, this is the seeds are for feeding the animals, but
yeah, you don't need that one.
It's the nutrition in the seeds that produce the grains. So at this point in time, I'd be perfectly fine just using grains from the feed stores, peas or in this case wheat, because you're not eating the seed that could be treated or whatever. You're just eating the grains.
Yeah, don't worry if at this point, like I said, I like Dr. Perlmutter. I watch him sometimes on Facebook. At this point, I would not worry about if something's organic or not. Don't worry about that. You want to make sure you get food. You could grow this, cut this off, and add this in. You could chop this up, and you could add this to rice. You could add this to mashed potatoes if you're using powdered mashed potatoes, and you would be getting live food in rice or mashed potatoes that easy by just putting a small handful of seeds in there. And then when this starts, you see this start growing, get multiple ones going, and then don't throw this away. Look at this. This is just growing in the house. If you got a garden, you would compost it. And if you don't, well, keep it anyways. You can regrow on it. But anybody can really do that. I don't see my girlfriend.
Yeah, what happened with the chickens? Well, I had to ease up on the chickens. I just didn't have time to take care of them. And is that wheatgrass? I would call that wheatgrass.
Oh, yeah, this is wheatgrass, but it's just that we bought some red wheat. You bought 50 pounds, you said, of red wheat.
Yeah.
And this is wheatgrass, but it's just homemade wheatgrass. Like I said, the smallest amount of potting soil. You would just cut that off. You could use good food. A little goes a long way. And you could just chop this up and add this to your soup. If you add it to rice, after you cook the rice, chop it up and add it into rice. I don't know what it tastes like, but it tastes like grains. You can add it into anything.
Okay, thanks, Sam, for dropping by. I'm going to have to check out your channel.
It's just another option if you can't grow right now anywhere. Just call a feed store and see if you can get something like that delivered, and then you'll have like a 25-pound sack that's going to last you a long time. Good night, Sam. Okay, we didn't want to bring anybody down, even though we're all down. So all we could do is hope that this thing goes away soon. Keep gardening. And I was going to do a daily update. And then I thought a few people came in and said they don't want to see daily updates when I sit in the garden. They said they wanted to see content. So I did a couple content. And I mean, I'm going to admit, I have my days that I just don't, well, not days. I don't go for days upset. I have my moments where it's just like, and then I bring myself back up. It's never days. But we'll do, I think the only thing we can do is keep our mind on something else. Do you want to go back behind me? Keep our mind going on something else. How about a joke or two? Not me. I'll bring my mom. You know what? I'm not really big on jokes. I may do funny things, but I'm personally, maybe you are, Donald. I'm not really big on jokes. My mother always has gone around telling jokes. My grandmother tells jokes. My granddaughter used to tell a lot of jokes when she was little. But that's true. I'll bring her on again. I gave her the opportunity if she wanted to come on and do this. This is something my mother has never done. It actually surprised me that she even wanted to. And yet it's good because it got her mind onto something else. And even now, this is maybe what we can all do. It got her thinking, oh, she got like all prepared to do this. She's got drawers of jokes that she kept over the years. I'm going to let you take care of that, Donald. And unless you can't, can you? Are you allowed to hide or show, or am I the only one that can do that? I think Donald can do that. Oh, I don't know. Gary? You know, I don't think there's any, I don't know. If it's an ad, see, YouTube blocks certain ads, so I'm not sure on that. Have Gary look at that. But I forgot where I was going. Okay. So anyways, I have lost it. I do this a lot lately. Oh my gosh, I'll be in the middle of doing something and I just lost whatever I was talking about. But anyways, that's as far as jokes. I gave her the opportunity, and you know, she really looks forward to this. It was like she was going to be on TV, and she was all excited, and she was trying to figure out what if nobody wanted to hear her. Or, you know, I think it's good, and I think if we can all do this for each other, that would be good. So, you know, that's the best. We can't do anything else. That's the only problem. We can't do anything else. All we can do is try to keep our spirits up, try to get some, I believe, maybe some vitamin C in, try to keep washing your hands. And for me, I've decided I'm staying in. I think the only thing that would drive me out of my house is if I ran out of sugar. I probably would be running to the stores. That would probably be the only thing that would drive me out, but I'm not going to, because I'm just going to keep buying it. I'll keep putting orders in, and there's days that what I did was I didn't order anything else but sugar. So if they didn't have it, because that's what I told Gary. I said, I can't order a package of tortillas and 75 pounds of sugar, because if I don't get my 75 pounds of sugar, I'm going to spend $10 for a delivery of a package of tortillas. So all I do is order the sugar, and that's what came the other day, and that's what I'm going to do. So kind of like we'll try to all be here for each other. And maybe, like I said, I was going to do like a daily update in the garden, because I go out in the garden in the morning now. I just wish the weather would warm up a little more. I go out in the morning, it's cold, and I was starting to do a little thing and putting it up. Maybe I'll try to do it more live, but it's in from my tablet. It's hard to read on there, but even if I just had you sit with me while I was having my coffee in the morning and watching all the birds come in, and watch the crazy spotted towhee who is beating up the window, his head into the window, and I have a silver watering can, and he beats the living daylights out of that all day. He's going to crack his head because he thinks it's a male. Rochelle wants to know how your family's doing in Australia. That's my sister.
Just getting mine.
Gary's making a tea. What kind of tea? Stinging nettles?
Stinging.
I don't go near stinging nettles, because I had an allergic reaction to Gary giving me some stinging nettles.
Yeah, I'm topping up my stinging. Well, today's tea, the tea of the day is stinging nettles.
Oh, gun ho! I haven't seen gun ho for a while. They think you're right. Go ahead.
Stinging nettles, spearmint, and
Stevia?
no, what's the plant out front?
Out front. Oh, rosemary. Rosemary's out front.
Rosemary.
We have rosemary everywhere, because I went to the 99-cent store a few years ago, and they were selling these big containers with rosemary for $1. I bought a few, and then you stuck them around the yard, and they're massive bushes now. A friend of mine that's a school teacher told me that. You haven't had the police at your house to check you out yet with all the sugar? And I remember John. He said, and I said, why? I guess you can, what would you make out of sugar? She said moonshine, but he said it could be anything.
Could be anything.
And he said they didn't come. I said, no, but if they want to come, then I don't have a problem with that. So,
my family in Australia, they're doing okay. A lot of them are sort of locked down.
Except for your sister-in-law, who's not watching now because she's working at the grocery store.
Yeah,
which I better not say.
I've got family members that are kind of in a difficult situation, so they have to be careful, really careful. Let's see. My sister's a special ed teacher's aide. She's not working now. They've stopped school. And her husband has got a janitor company that cleans schools. they're not working right now. I've got my brother who's a police officer, so he's very busy. My family's doing pretty well. So
Ashley wants to know about. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, as well as can be expected under these circumstances, I should say.
Well, your brother and sister-in-law were upset because your father went to visit.
Yeah.
Your younger brother, who's a police officer, and then they said no, he shouldn't go there because your brother's out on the field.
Yeah.
So he may not be going back there anymore. Ashley wants to know on the hummingbird feeders, the same question my sister asked earlier because she's putting it out. No, you don't need the red dye. As long as your feeder's got red on it, they'll know. They're smart birds. They'll come to anything to check things out. They always check a lot of things out. What they need to do is see it. So you need to make sure it's out in the open somewhere. Once they come and they know you have a feeder, then you can start tucking it away in different places and they'll come, but they have to know you've got a feeder, and that's the problem. They could be at the neighbor's house and not know you have a feeder. So somebody's got to fly by, see the feeder, dive down, and then even though hummingbirds don't really stay together as a clique, they watch each other. They see what the other ones are doing. So if they see one hummingbird go down, then they'll come down. So don't worry about the red dye. You don't need the red dye. They just need to find the feeder. So put the feeder out well in the open so they can see them. Are you reading?
Yeah,
He's been on quarantine since February.
Nuncio's been in quarantine since the end of February. Yeah, I can see there's going to be places here that'll end up being in quarantine like that.
I don't know. It's been crazy because you hear one thing and then they do another thing. Oh, we're opening everything up and we're going to pretend it's not here.
Yeah, good night, Nunzia, and stay safe.
Stay safe. Message anytime you want.
Yeah.
We're here. I don't sleep much. I know I've told some people that I was going to bake in the middle of the night and just chit chat, and I haven't done that. You know, I cook all the time because I like to cook. I have no real recipes because I never know what I'm going to make. I just go in the kitchen and make something, and I have not baked in weeks since this started. And you do like your sweets.
Well, certain things, yeah.
Well, like your cranberry crunch thing.
Yeah.
I make your cranberry. I got to make something. I've got to. I don't know. I'll get. I mean, I'm going to get something together, and I'll start. Maybe I will at times. Maybe if I can't sleep, I'll just turn it. Like I said, I'll just turn it on and just chit chat in the kitchen and make something. So we just have to try to stay busy. That's all we can do. There's nothing we can do. Stay busy in the house. Keep our mind. This is why I leave the TV on 24/7. I'll fall asleep. Gary needs it quiet, and that's why I've been sleeping in a different area, because Gary likes the quiet and I can't take the quiet. That's just the way I'm dealing with it. So I leave the TV run, and I have found that QVC and HSN puts me to sleep. So, and that one I can run, or I prefer Hallmark because I do like listening to that and I do fall asleep. So, you can try different things which may work for you. Turning on the news or the radio news is not going to help you fall asleep. So try different things. I used to listen to white noise, which would be like the ocean or something, but right now it's not working. So I prefer the TV. And then I think about what I'm going to plant, what I'm going to do. I mean, I made a video the other day, and while I was making the video, I looked at this wall and I'm thinking, why am I not planting there? I planted on the opposite wall in the shade, and it didn't work out that good. And so this morning I ran out with my camera, and that's usually how I make a video. I literally run out with the camera. I thought I had it sitting here, and I threw something together that I'm going to put up later, because I can grow food all along the wall. And even it's kind of in a spot where nobody can even see it, like you said. So it's a nice spot too. Nobody can see it. And it gets sun. I don't know why I've never grown anything. It gets sun. You put in ube there once, right? But
planted an ube.
Yeah, but I'm going to do container gardening there. And it gets sun from early morning all the way until sundown. So it should be interesting, but I'm going to really get that going. And because of that, I maybe if I've got watermelon seeds, maybe I'll either order them or plant some. Go ahead.
Now, the reason I didn't replant ubes there was the pine roots had reached the wall. So it's better to do
Oh.
container gardening there to keep your plants away from the invasive roots.
They're going to be on chairs. So
Yeah.
this way the rabbits can't get them. I'm going to put some on the bottom and try different things. And if I have to, I'll tool it, because I meant to message Dr. Perlmutter, because he built a beautiful garden the other day out his house. And he said he can't keep the rabbits out. And I'm thinking, this tool, you can't see it right now, but it's behind me. This stuff keeps the rabbits out. It may not keep the deer out. They actually will lift it up. but it will keep the rabbits out, keeps the rats, the mice. Nothing wants to deal with it. So it really, really, really works. I just saw it. Oh, yeah. Sharon, rub some dirt on it. This crazy bird, he's smashing his head in. I'll have to get a video of that.
That might be the way to go.
Yeah, you know what the way to go is take it away.
But the problem is here, the California towies also go after car mirrors. So they'll spend a lot of time fighting themselves at any reflective surface.
Oh, yeah, he was beating his head against the window at the same time. He went from the can to the window, and he's beaten. I've never seen the spotted towhee do that, though.
No.
I've seen the California towhee do it. He's been really, and they've gotten tame. He's really been doing a lot, because usually the spotted towhees, I saw a man put up a video for some park in California, and they said they couldn't get footage of the spotted towhee because they're so shy. Yeah. And they used to be shy. I'd be sitting and like, wow, I saw one. Now they've raised so many babies in the garden. The babies are all over the place. They don't even care if I'm there.
Yeah, the new it's interesting. The spotted towhees would be something you'd just you'd see them flash by, and they'd be in and out of the bush here and there. Last year, the ones that were raised last year, I think, have been are used to us. So they've become accustomed to how we are in the yard, and they know we're not a threat. So we see them more.
Yeah.
So it's this generation.
They see me out there and stuff. So yeah. So anyways, they're very well. A lot of them are so tame because of that now, because we're out there, and it's the new generation. It's like the hummingbirds.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing how they're out there all the time. Mary, sometimes I've had that on my phone. There's no buttons, so don't worry about it. It seems like certain things have buttons. If I go on to check live feed, I can't get the live chat on my tablet, and I have no idea why. I've tried to figure it out. I can't get it, so don't worry about it. If you see it later, that's fine, and if you don't, it's no big deal. You're here, and that's the main thing, so don't worry about it. Let's see. I'll play back and listen to your mom's fun. Oh, yeah, listen. I think my mother wanted, you got to remember the era she came in. The movies must have just been starting then. And I think she always was fascinated with that. And if she had her way, she probably would have been a movie star if she really thought about it, because she used to be fascinated with all the movie stars and everything. The things that she wanted to go to over the years. I have a friend that's a judge in Beverly Hills. He got her in to go see Zsa Zsa Gabor's what do you call it? The case she had when she slapped the cop in Beverly Hills. She calls me up. I'm living out here. Please, he's going to let me into the courtroom to watch Zsa Zsa Gabor. Oh my gosh. The things I've had. And yes, I drove her so she could sit. We sat with Zsa Zsa Gabor at the courtroom. And I will admit, I don't usually say too much with people, but I sat with that lady, and I have never seen such beautiful skin. Her skin was beautiful. And when I went to the bathroom, she had walked in, and I said to her, I usually don't bother anybody. I don't have to tell you. You are gorgeous. Her skin was beautiful. She thanked me. But my mother was so excited that she got to sit in the courtroom and watch that case with Zsa Zsa Gabor because she slapped the cop. Then she wanted to go to the other one, and I put my foot down. I didn't go. You know which one that was?
Yep.
I can't remember their names.
Yeah,
I can say it. It doesn't really matter. Rochelle will probably say it. Does Rochelle remember that? Oh, yes, I know. Rochelle's saying that she should have gone to. My mother was, my mom had a chance to be in the movie with Richard Dreyfuss and turned it down because she wouldn't fly to Florida. I begged her. I think you did too. I begged her I would go with her, take it, do it. They offered her the job. She was going to be the hot dog lady at the racetrack, I think it was, or something. And she turned it down. I don't know why she turned it down. She turned it down. She said she didn't want to fly because we were all going to try to help her do it. One of us would go with her. She didn't want to do it. So she had an opportunity. You are absolutely right. And Rochelle will remember the Zsa Zsa Gabor thing. And then the other one was the Mendez. How do you say that? The Mendez brothers, the boys that killed their parents. She called me and said, I can get into that case and I get to watch that one. I said, no, I draw the line. I'm not going. So I wouldn't take her. So nobody took her to that. But at least she got to see Zsa Zsa Gabor. What else did she get to do? What else, Rochelle? She got to go to Hervé's house. We took her to Hervé's Christmas party. Hervé Valichez was a friend of mine. That's a funny story. That's a real funny story. Let's see. The movie was Let It Ride. That's right. That was the movie she would have been in. She got the part. They hired her, and she wouldn't go. Somebody met her and said she had the part. I met Hervé many, many, many years ago. Super, super nice guy. Little guy from Fantasy Island. I don't even know. You don't even want to hear this story. It's no big deal. It's just a stupid story. But I used to live in a different part. I used to live in Shadow Hills, which is in the LA area. And people knew that I could do things with animals. I knew how to work with animals if they were sick or something. So that's how I met him. And I'm very shy, believe it or not. I'm really shy. I get a phone call. I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I guess it's okay.
I get a phone call from my friend Teddy. And she says, oh, my friend just called me. He found an owl. And I said, okay. And he needs somebody to take care of his owl. I said, well, we found an owl. She says, yes, he found it on the side of the road. It's all smashed up and everything. I said, Teddy, I'm not doing owls. I don't want to take owls in right now. I said, you'll go to somebody else that works with wild animals. No. And then she said, he's a really nice guy. You'll like him. That's what she said to me. He's a really nice guy. Donald, cute joke. Oh, so I said, what do you mean she said, and you'll know him. He's on the way over. I said, what do you mean he's on the way over and he's a really nice guy? And what do you mean I know him? What do you mean I know him? She said, oh, you'll know him as soon as he comes over. And it's like, how am I going to know him? I don't know. She said, oh, yeah, he's the little guy from Fantasy Island. I said, oh, don't you dare send him to my house with an owl. I said, if that owl dies, the whole movie industry will hate me. I don't want you. It doesn't matter. He'll be there any minute. I gave him the address. And then there's a knock at the door. I go to the door. I open the door. And there he is holding a great big cage. And he's with his, it's not assistant. She's carrying this brandy sniffer. She's got fingernails out to here. And she's carrying this brandy sniffer that was so big she had to hold it like this. And she's got like it wouldn't be her phone back then. She had a pen and paper in her hand, so she must take notes for him. And she's got a great big brandy sniffer. She's just standing there, this young girl. And he comes walking through the house. And he walked straight through the living room into the dining room. And he lifted up this cage and he put it on the table. And there was this owl laying on its side, completely smashed, hit by a car. And he says, do something. And that's how I met him. And that from there, it's too long of a story. But I made him promise me that if it died, he wouldn't do anything to me. And he said he didn't care. He wanted somebody to take care of it. He was out in the field. Gee, where would they have done their Fantasy Island? He was out on set, and he found it on the side of the road. And it was pretty much dead. And he put it in his trailer, and he kept it until he came back. So we're talking almost a week. No food, no water. You can't do that with a hummingbird. And so he left it with me. And, he got it back. About 3 months later, it lived. I had to tube feed that thing. And it was totally blind, so it could never be sent back because the face was smashed. I did take it to my vet at the time, and he said, you really know this thing needs to be put down. I said, he doesn't want it put down, and he wants me to try. He said, all right, but it's going to be blind. He'll never be able to do anything with it. And, Hervé could play the piano in the house because Hervé used to play piano, and that bird would fly around the house and then fly to him. It was like his best friend. That bird for a long time was his best friend. Anyways, long story short. But my mother got to go to his Christmas party, so she really enjoyed that. So she got to rub elbows with a lot movie stars there. But that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. Do you live anywhere near the Inland Empire? Not really. Is that? That's not Craig. No, that's a different Craig. No, we don't live near the Inland Empire.
No,
Not too far, but I guess not
too far, but
it is a touching story. It's you know, he was a really, really nice guy. And I mean, people know the truth that he committed suicide. And we talked to him just before, remember? He called here and we talked to him. And what people may not understand is he lived his whole life, because he had told me, with a lot of pain, because he was, I get this mixed up, because there's the little people, but there's different, what word am I looking for? Different.
Yeah, there's different degrees of.
Well, the problem with him is he was small, but it wasn't that small, but he was small, but his organs were the right size. Yes, Rochelle's telling me I went by limo to the Dinah Shore show. Yeah, and I was supposed to be on the Dinah Shore show, and I refused because I had no idea what was going on, but I went by limo. That's another story. Anyways, he was small, but all his organs were the same size as it would be for anybody else. So he had his big heart, your big liver, and all that. And so he explained to me, in constant pain his whole life until he couldn't take it anymore. And that's basically it. And he made sure, I did not know he was going to commit suicide. I don't think anybody knew. But when he did do it that time, he made sure his girlfriend or wife at the time, I can't even think of her name, not Anne, the other one. He made sure everything was teed up, and he made sure he wasn't by the house, because he wanted her to keep the house. He didn't want her to have any bad ideas and thoughts. So, but he was in constant pain, he told me. The pain was unbearable. And eventually he just couldn't take it. But he was a super nice guy. Rochelle wanted me to talk about, let's see, the Fantasy Island set, or part of it, I think recorded at the Arboretum?
Inspired by Emily.
Arboretum by Santa.
Maybe.
I think he was out in the desert, though, when he found that owl, he had told me. Yes, the owl lived. Oh, yeah, the owl lived, and I tube fed it, and I had to get a syringe, and the tube was about that long. I still have the tube. And I had to take cat food. My vet, I had talked to my vet, what was the best way to keep this thing alive? And he said, we got a good cat food, and it was half cat food and half water, and I had to blend it and tube feed him many, many times a day. And it did live. It lived, and he had it for many, many, many years. Let's see. And we got to go to the...
No, she's got to go now.
And we got to go. No, she's saying we got to go to Dinah Shore show. Wait a minute.
No, you're reading the same question.
I am reading the same question. Yeah, I'm brain dead. You went to the Dinah Shore show too with
me? I guess she did.
Isn't that something? I knew I went. I guess she did. She must have come over and the limo picked us up. I completely forgot Rochelle went with me. I know Rochelle went with me to his wedding. You know, I forgot. I know you went with me to the wedding, and we sat with oh my gosh, she's gonna remember. Suzanne Sullivan, is that right? And we sat with Spelling and his wife. He was at our table making jokes. She remembers more than me. See, I forgot she went with me to the Dinah Shore. Yes, we went by we went by limo, and then he got drunk, and he carries a gun on him, and so, but he didn't shoot it. He just made sure he went in. He said, "Don't worry, girls," because he had his wife and him and his ex-wife were really close. So I'll protect you if any, because we went into Chinatown in LA. And it wasn't the nicest area in the middle of the night to go have dinner. But, oh my gosh. So Rochelle would remember. I think it was Dee and the Frustrated Gardener. Hello. Yeah, so that's right. I forgot Rochelle went with me to the Dinah Shore show. Isn't that terrible? Oh, the owl went the owl was in the restaurant with us. Yes. You think they're going to tell him not to bring his owl in the restaurant? If he wanted to bring his owl in the restaurant, that owl went in. Everywhere he went, that owl went with him. That is just, and like I said, he was a really, really nice guy. You went to the his Christmas party too, Rochelle. I'm trying to think. It was, what what's his name? Spelling. Or
Aaron
Spelling and his wife. We sat with her. I think it was Suzanne Sullivan. And then there was the other one that we sat with. I'm still friends with her. She's the movie star psychiatrist. Yeah. I know her name. I better be careful in case she's watching. She probably won't be watching. Leonard's there. Yes, Leonard. Now Leonard's there. Yes, we've got pictures of mommy with Ricardo Montalban. I got pictures of my daughter being held by Ricardo.
Rochelle put the name up.
Lillian, that's right. And I'm friends with Lillian on Facebook. So that's another story. But that was different. So we went to his wedding. And then his wife stayed married to him for 1 year and 1 day so she could take everything from him. But we won't go through that. And she took his bird. I had got him a bird. Oh, look at are you sighing? It's too much to get into?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're tired. But his first wife, Anne, who does live somewhere out in Southern California, they stayed super, super great friends. They were like best friends. And then the second one, so it doesn't matter. He was happy for a while, and then he kind of got depressed afterwards with his second wife. She didn't have to take the owl, but she took his. He had a cockatiel. I got him a cockatiel. I wasn't sure if I was going to give it to him. The thing never grew, and it was about that big, full grown, when they're supposed to be like that. And it was that big, and I was afraid I was going to offend him. And I asked him if he wanted a cockatiel that was miniature, and he loved it. And then when she divorced him, she took the bird. So he didn't get the cockatiel, but he would never part with that owl. Okay, we're giving too much information now. But he was a super guy. Okay, I have a funny Hervé story. Let's see. He yelled at me and a guy arguing in our car.
Parked near his house. Stopped our argument fast. Started laughing.
Oh, that is funny. That is funny. That is really good. Yeah, he's a funny guy. Funny guy. And then he had the guy break in the house in the middle of the night. They're lucky. That guy was lucky he didn't shoot him, but he didn't. He just called the police and they took him away. Oh, that guy. He had a farm. He had a farm. I don't know if I want to get into that. But let's just say, long story short, I had done some things with some children, and I was working with some children somewhere, a school, and I called Hervé. And I told Hervé I'm working with a whole group of children. They were autistic.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you want? I'm just letting you know. And he said, well, what do you want? I said, what do you think? I had to let him think about things. And he said, why don't you bring them all over? And Rochelle didn't go to that. Rochelle go to that? No, but my mom drove out with Leonard and my dad. And we all went to Hervé's house. And he had all the kids come over to his house and play with his horse, his chickens, his farm animals, and everything. He told me
real quick, good night, Karen.
Oh, good night, Karen. So that's just the way he was. It was like, bring him over. So I asked the bus driver, because we were working with the kids, and I said, Hervé lives, I told him where, and he said, if it's okay with the bus driver, take him to Hervé's house. He wants to entertain the kids. And we took the kids in the bus. A whole load of them. Oh my gosh. My mother would remember how many there were. There must have been 20, 30 kids. And we took him to his house and he entertained the kids with his animals. He loved his animals. He's just a fun guy. And now we're completely off the topic of gardening. I don't even know if Hervé ever put out hummingbird feeder. He probably did. Who knows? But let's see. Please feel free to come back and I love this guy. Oh my goodness. This is like, I can just kick back and then just enjoy myself now and not have to worry about anything. Donald, thank you. Yes, stay safe. Everybody stay safe. Stay safe, Pamela. Maybe we should do these chit chats. Just do these chit chats. Yeah. And if anybody's got stories, tell your stories, because this is what we need right now. I mean, it's so hard to get. It is hard to sometimes get my mom motivated or something. All I had to do was get on the phone. It was amazing. And she lived almost an hour away too. And get on the phone and say, hey, Mom, I'm taking the kids from the school over to Hervé's house. You want to come over and to Hervé's house. I don't know how quick my brother got everybody together, but my dad drove because my brother wouldn't have driven then. So my dad and my mom and my brother all drove out to Hervé's house and were there and drove in and met at Hervé's house to be with the kids. It's amazing. Get a movie star out there. My mother will run. I mean, she loved him. He was really a cool guy. This is like hanging out with friends.
It is like hanging out with friends.
Yeah, then you could tell stories too. We can not now. We've been on too long to keep this going too long. I'm going to go check on my garden soon. But yeah, I think we should do this more often. And my mother said she'll come back if you want to hear her tell stories. And maybe she can get my dad to sit there. But I got my dad to get up and at least say hello. So yeah, he'll talk. You get him going and you won't be able to stop him. If he starts telling your Navy stories on how he used to climb poles and do all this stuff, and you know a lot of his Navy.
He was an electrician in the Navy. So
he loves doing his Navy stories. But I don't have any other good stories that I can think of offhand. But yeah, I was just surprised that owl lived. I can't even understand how that owl lived. The owl didn't eat for at least 5 days, no food or water. He couldn't get water in it because it was just a mess. It was literally what must have happened is the owl must have gone across the road and must have got hit by a windshield. And then, of course, left on the side of the road and it looked dead and somehow he found it. But it lived. It lived. And then I used to stop over there quite often with my daughter and she would play in the living room in his Fantasy Island car. I've got pictures of Deborah in the car. The first time she jumped in the car, I started yelling, "Get out of his car." And then he said, "Stop it. You don't tell her to get out. She can do what she wants." So she got to do what she wanted. But just a really, really funny guy. What else do I have on stories? I can't even think offhand. Rochelle, what other stories do I have? Let's see. Thanks for the talk. It does help. You know, we'll stay connected and we'll do this. Sometimes we'll just come on and talk. I'll get my mom to get some more things going because I think she's going to get a kick out of this.
This time you sent out a notification.
I did. I learned how to do it almost. I mean, I guess I did because many times I go on to go live and the whole thing shuts down and tells me that it's scheduled. And I didn't schedule it. This time I went on and then I wasn't sure if I did it right. So I ran onto the other computer and I'm going to check my groceries in a minute. I ran on the other computer and I what do you call it, on YouTube? I looked to see how to do it and somebody had a right to the point how to do it. And I didn't have to hit the done button, but it was ready to go and it worked. So now I know how to do it. I'm learning as we go.
Yeah. Thanks, Donald, for posting that again. The link to,
the T.
I think when your dad was sitting on the
on the swing and then the kids had all the TV going behind them so loud.
Yeah, it was at a party and we didn't, we're not that sophisticated with our equipment, but we were even less back in 2017.
That's why I don't do Facebook a lot. I've got an Instagram account. I barely go on. I'm trying to keep this. I can't even get to all the questions and stuff on my other videos. I try to, but there's so many. Her family's in Sydney.
Yeah, my family's.
Somebody get some water.
Most of my family's in Victoria, and some of my cousins and aunt are in Tassie. I had, a lot of them are in Melbourne and Central Victoria.
I'm going to flow water. The hummingbirds are almost out. So I'm going to have to make some. This is. Oh, let me sit down. I'm going to have to go make some hummingbird food already. That's the leftover tea from the other night, and then I just freeze it, and then I can just drop a whole ice cube in there and drink it. I'm going to have to change them. Not change them. I got to wash and take the feeders in a minute. So, and the reason I said how many feet the hummingbird nest was, and you would know better than me, I said, you're the bean guy. You can tell the story on the beans. Is it beans?
No, it was tinsel.
I can't. Why did I think it was beans? Okay. I'm going to boil the water. I'm going to do the hummingbird. Go ahead.
No, there was a department store in my hometown, and every Christmas they'd have this competition. If you guessed how long the tinsel was that went up the escalator to the different levels, if you could guess how long the tinsel was, you would win a bike, and you could only enter it once. So What's tinsel? You call it different. Something else
Garland.
is.
Garland.
Garland.
Christmas garland? Like,
Here Robbie calls it Christmas garland, but I call it tinsel. But
Well,
anyhow,
I think of tinsel, the stuff that hangs.
anyhow, it was garland or tinsel, and it went up the escalator, up 3 stories, and you could only enter the competition once. So I entered my brothers and sisters' names in it, and I won a bike for my youngest brother. And at the time, I was a little ticked off because he wasn't even there. I guessed the length of it because I'm pretty good at estimating things. But anyhow, he got a bike and I didn't. But at least looking back, I'm happy that he got, he got the bike. So
Darren wants you to pronounce his name.
let's hang on. Where do we go?
Is it Darren?
Let's.
D-A-R-R.
You are a nice couple. You two are very lovely together. Lolita. I like the hummingbirds. I used to live. PJD. I used to live in Western Victoria in the Wimmera area. Now I'm in the US. Yeah, I'm actually from Bendigo, so that's Central Victoria. And I don't like saying where I'm originally from, but the Wimmera, yeah, I'm very familiar with the Wimmera Mallee. Can you pronounce my name? Darren McCafferty.
Don't ask me.
Are you, and Pamela's asking, you nearly got it, it's very Scottish. Oh, Scottish, okay.
You nearly got it. Look at that. If you ask me, I'll really butcher it.
Okay. See, McCafferty is actually, the MC is actually originally from Ireland. So if it was MA, then I would have said Mac Cafferty, but it's McCafferty. And I don't know what part of Scotland you're from, whether you're from Edinburgh or somewhere else. And people mispronounce Edinburgh. So I think I can pronounce Edinburgh correctly because here a lot of people pronounce it Edinburgh and they give all sorts of weird names for it. Okay. So Darren, okay, Darren, yeah, that's no Motherwell. Okay, he's from Motherwell. Okay, and that would be I would pronounce it Motherwell. So you can tell me if that's close because someone here would say Motherwell. That's interesting. Okay.
I'm just boiling water.
Yes, love these live chats, Barbara C. It's in the north of Scotland. Okay.
You have Scottish in your family.
Yeah, my DNA is, what is it, 67%, 67% Scot-Irish. So
Hey, another Aussie.
yeah, okay, PJD. Yeah.
But now lives in the USA.
Yeah, he said he came from the Wimmera, which is to the west of my hometown.
And Sybil's new to watching us, and there was somebody else that said how do you pronounce her name? Oh, I'm not going to do that. Up there, she likes the hummingbirds.
Licha y sus culebres.
If I try to pronounce this stuff, they'll never come back. I'm really bad at names. Yes, I love the hummingbirds too. Thank you. I'm waiting for the water to boil. I'm going to make another big batch of hummingbird food because they're almost out. Gosh, they're eating so much. They keep having double nests. They're going to eat a lot, but I think a lot of people aren't feeding them. It's too hard to get sugar.
Thanks, Darren. Thanks, Mary.
See, this is what I do. My sister was asking me. I start with this. It is plastic. It's food grade. And I put in 2 cups of sugar, and then I add in some boiling water. And as soon as it starts to melt, I don't want to spill it, but I add in ice. That's just so it doesn't make this too hot, and I get the sugar to melt. As soon as this, well, the ice is almost gone already. Now I'll just top it to the top with water, and that's it. It's that easy. I had a glass one, and then I was afraid I may crack it because you're pouring. You got somebody from Melbourne.
Yeah, he was originally from Melbourne and moved to the Horsham area on a 5-acre farmland. Now he's here. PJD is here in the
Get this
US.
done because I know that they're running low, and this has been constant all day with them.
Yeah, my grandfather on my mother's side was born in the Wimmera. I believe he was born in Japarut, which is, I think that's Wimmera, might be Mallee.
No, I'm fine. Wow, guys had these all full. It's like every 2 hours they go through all these.
Yeah, I've really gone through the tea today.
I did not really put that together until just sitting here, that you can't order sugar half the time, so I can imagine how many people were feeding hummingbirds that are no longer feeding hummingbirds because they can't get, they can't get the small bags. It's not like I'm not buying any small bags. But the point is, your average person, just scrub this, your average person's going to go in and try to buy the little 4-pound bags of sugar, and they can't get them because the small bags are all gone. The only reason I could get the sugar was they had the 50-pound bags. Nobody wanted 50 pounds of sugar. So I was buying them in 50 pounds, which is fine. But, what are you going to do if you can't get the small bags? They sell out right away. I didn't put 2 and 2 together until just now, and that would bring in more birds.
Yeah, PJD, I think it is in the Mallee. Japarut might be in the Mallee. Let's see. Rochelle asked, I walked away for a moment. Gary, did you pronounce Darren McCafferty's name? I'd like to hear you say that name without R's.
Did you?
Okay. Darren McCafferty. Because he's from the north of Scotland, he probably speaks with more of a Scots Gaelic. Okay, Rochelle said, because Aussies don't pronounce the R's, that's all I meant.
You don't pronounce R?
No, our R's are different. Yeah.
This is what we're going to have to make one day. We'll have to get that even live to make some little hummingbird feeders.
Jason Evers is here. So, hi, Jason. Yay, but I'm spelling like this because you would barely know what I'm saying. Yeah, I knew a lot of Scots in Australia, so, and my paternal grandfather almost spoke with an Irish brogue. So I'm used to listening, I guess you would say. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Pamela's pointed that out. Aussies do pronounce their R's.
Okay. But you do pronounce things different.
Yeah, I do pronounce things different. And Irma Zavala, Gary, we will never lose our accent. And Darren's back, or would you like to like me to text you some words? Okay, Jason's just finished moving some worms around. That's his big
I
thing.
can't leave the window open because it will glare and they can't see it anyways. Can they see it if I go like this? You know they could, but I'm just afraid they'll fly in. Let me see. Tell me what it looks like. I don't want them flying in. I found one in the house and the windows were all closed. I have no idea how it got in. Unless it came through the doggy door, because they have done that before. Can you see the hummingbirds? No. If I sit here, you can.
Okay. Rochelle wants me to say, park your car at the airport.
Okay, Rochelle, why don't you just FaceTime me and say it for everybody else your way?
But then people from Boston would say, park your car at the airport.
No, not quite.
Not quite, but they drop the R's a little bit too, so.
That's funny. That is funny. Rochelle needs to get her channel going. She does more crafts than I think I know anybody that does. She'll try anything. So she needs she wants to do a channel on doing different types of crafts. And I think that would be really cool because then you can see what kind of crafts are. Okay, go ahead. You got from Mexico. Oh, Irma from Mexico.
Mexico.
And she's been on before.
Yeah, she's
regular.
Yeah, but she's been here for 23 years, she said earlier.
Oh, she's here now. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
Next time she's going to join anonymously.
Let's see. I'm trying to wrap my mind around what he wants me to say. Aya, can he hear? Aya, can he hear the new?
I have no idea what you're saying now.
Aya, can he hear it? Oh, I can't even wrap my tongue around that. Yeah.
What is that supposed to be?
No, he's trying to get me to pronounce something with a Scottish brogue.
Oh, okay.
So he phonetically tried to put it there.
Oh, she thinks your accent is beautiful. It's so funny because once I got to know you, I didn't hear your accent. But when your sister would call, it was like I couldn't barely understand her. I had to listen. It was so weird because I didn't hear your accent anymore. It's like you said, I can type because it's like a language. So I didn't hear it, but I could hear your family's accent.
Yeah,
I want these things
I've had some comments on my videos where every sentence is like a question, and that's the part of Australia where I'm from, because our voice rises and lowers differently.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yes, that I've noticed. I noticed that when your sisters were here too. It is different because here in the States, we don't rise the voice, and a lot of times you almost sounds like a question, but it's not a question. It's just the way you talk, right?
Yeah, it's just the It's just the cadence of the people where I'm from.
There's words she doesn't say because she might be afraid to say it wrong. That's why I'm afraid to say anybody's name, because I'm afraid I'm going to say it wrong. Yeah, what Jason says, yeah. And it's funny because you get used to the person you're with, even if both of you, she went down there again, Lulu? I got to go get Lulu. But I don't hear I don't hear your accent. I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to go get Lulu. She went back down the steps. Oh, no, she doesn't. We go get her every minute.
Yes, Darren, I know I is yes and nay is no. At least that's, from memory. Yes, Mary, it's sunny here. We've had sunshine, but it's kind of been partial shade, sun, and for us, it's kind of on the cool side. Yeah, good morning, Dorothy. Is there a way to message us? I don't think YouTube, Donald's asking, is there a way to message us?
If you can figure it out, let him tell me. Our Facebook.
Yeah, our Facebook, Donald. If
It's under the same name, Robbie and Gary Gardening Easy.
Yeah, our Facebook page is Robbie and Gary Gardening Easy. Can you guess my age? Okay, if you're up at 1:51 in the morning in Scotland, I'm going to say you're in your early 70s.
Oh, you should always guess lower.
I probably should always guess lower, but I'll just see how far off I am. I'm probably way off. Sandra Montalvo's here. Hello, Sandra. Not really, no. Okay, so
You always guess lower than you
always
think.
guess lower.
Always, if you did that to a woman,
Yeah, but
you guess lower and then let them come up.
Not really.
Who are we reading? Oh no, don't do that. I rarely go there.
Okay, he's 43.
He's 43. You better apologize big time on that.
Well, it was a guess. Can you guess? And it was a bad guess.
I just don't do a lot on Facebook. I'm trying to do as much here as possible. So only the two of us.
Yeah.
And we still have a lot to do. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't do Facebook, and it's all up to Robbie for that.
Yeah, and there's been so many, and it's just so hard to get into and do. I do a little bit of Facebook. I hadn't gone on since it started. It hadn't gone on until today, and then I do what do you call it? Instagram a little bit. I put up the Christmas lights a while back. So
How can you guess someone's age by IMS?
that's why you always guess low.
That's why I got it wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He's joking. If you had to see my face, I'm sure you would have had the same answer, mate. Don't worry about it. So
Instant messages. That's funny. Yeah.
okay.
Oh my goodness. I have a question for you, Rochelle. Did you really keep your dog 6 feet away from the fire hydrants? She took a picture of her dog 6 feet away. Are you trying to go? Oh, you want to get more tea? I'm drinking tea. Oh my goodness. Paulo, hi. Hello. You know, we've been almost on 3 hours. I just checked to see if my Walmart order went through. I'm waiting for 10 bags of potting soil. I'm going to plant up the whole wall along the driveway. I think that's going to be really, really cool. I'm going to go with pots. Your dog was practicing social distancing. That's very good. Very, very good. Yeah, I guess I am too. I'm in the house. Well, you guys better not come in. I don't know if you can see them, but there is just a ton of them behind there. Rufus, we have the roof. Oh, my Walmart order is ready? Oh, wait, I got to go see what they've got. I'm getting a Walmart order. And that was something because they usually bump it. This is interesting. Let's see if I got everything. I didn't order sugar today because I order sugar differently. I order it now 50 if I need a 50-pound sack. Oh, they are on their way. I still don't know what I'm getting. That is really cool. Let's see. What I know I lost track where I was. Let's see. Do yours like me. 3 hours. Yeah, we've been on here for almost 3 hours. Rufus, that's where I was. We have 5 species. We're supposed to have 6, I believe, but I've only seen 5. And we do have Rufus. And we do have, oh my gosh, you know, I've been Allens. The Allens and the Rufus look really alike. We don't have the red-throated ones. We have a lot of costas. But yes, you're probably looking at Rufus out there, if you can see them. It's just that it's the way the light is. It's hard to set up a camera. You can't make the camera do 2 things at one time. It means it can't see light and dark. So it's real. That's why I set it outside. I'm going to try to do the Hummingbird camera outside more, even if I'm busy, because I think I enjoy watching it. Even when I'm working on the computer and I'm not talking here and I'm doing something else online, I even keep it running and I watch it when it's on, and it is relaxing to watch them. And the Orioles have been coming in and everything. What is a Rufus? A Rufus is a hummingbird that's got a lot of burnt orange coloring, a really fluorescent orange. The problem is you can almost not tell the Rufus and the Allens apart. But there's 2 different species. They're very, very close. And I heard sometimes they actually have to catch them and check them to see which is which when they're tagging them and they're watching them. Let's see. I'm getting ideas from you for the moment. I can have my farm. I'm getting ideas from you. Look around. I don't know what the ideas are because you might have said something and I might have missed it. But yeah, I found the whole area that is just so sunny. I don't know why I tried to grow on the other wall. I don't know why I would grow on a wall with shade. I think I wanted to grow more lettuce, but I'm going to grow on the wall. Yeah, just, take little things I say. You don't have to do what I say and run with it and do what works for you. I love your laugh. Now I'm sitting and smiling. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Well, you got an order coming in 9 minutes. I have no idea what it is because it doesn't tell me what they have. Watch, it'll be 1 bag of potting soil. $10 shipping. It better not be. I'm going to go check in a second. 9 minutes, 10 minutes. How did it go from 9 minutes to 10 minutes? Now they updated it. He must have got lost. Or he's going to deliver somebody else's order. 10 minutes. Can you sit here for a minute so I can see what I got and say hello and read all this?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to sign off, and he's got to go disinfect stuff. And then we'll come back and do this again. But as I was saying, no, okay, that was an old question. See, I just found you guys. Hello, Darn. Here, take over because I'm going to see what is coming. I don't know what's coming. And then I'll come back and see if I've done an order.
Yep.
I got it all. I got paper. I bought calcium pills.
Right.
I got it all. I got my 10 bags of potting soil coming.
Hello. It's there.
Don't you dare go near them.
I'm not.
Just instruct them where to put it and then drop it. And then you do what you have to do.
Yes, we do like it, Darren.
Like what?
Do you like him? So,
Do I like him?
No. Do you like me? No, he's asking
Oh.
us like him.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm good now. I am now
3
set.
hours. Yeah, that's.
I know. Told my mom we'll be on for 10 minutes. But she wasn't on that long. She stood on for a little bit. So this is the first time I'm actually getting everything I ordered from Walmart. You're going to get your cheese so I can make you pizza.
Yeah.
I've got cheese coming. I decided to get the calcium pills just to have. Did not get Tylenol. I forgot to order. Oh, no, they didn't have it. I got 10 bags of potting soil coming. I have 1 jar of instant coffee, their brand, just to have. 3 different types of cheeses I ordered. And in a package of paper I was out of. I actually ran out of plain old copy paper. So I bought 1 package of paper. I got everything coming. That's the first.
Okay. No, I haven't been back to Australia since the early 90s.
He was there during the riots. When the riots were here, he was there. That was last time.
Yeah, that was the last time. That would have been 92, I guess.
So many businesses shut down.
The let's see, Sandra.
That is true. The small businesses at home are still kind of going.
Yeah, I think that Donald might have posted the.
He left already?
Yeah,
But
the mint tea recipe.
Yeah, the mint tea recipe. If you go through the live chat, Donald put it up there, I think twice. I'm not sure, but it's up there. And basically what it is I take some mint from the garden. I'll do another update on it soon, but I take some mint. Let's say I take chocolate mint, and then I wash the leaves really good. I put it in a blender, and then I put in stevia, and I blend it up. And then after I blend it up, so it's like green, just put in some water. It doesn't matter how much. Then I pour it in something like this. And then I just drop it in here. I pour in some hot water. And then as soon as I get a little bit of hot water, so the leaves will kind of get soft and everything. And then I pour in just regular water. I fill this up, and then I drink from this all day, and whatever is left goes into an ice cube tray. And then I can have the next morning ice.
I'm going to have to get the gate.
Yeah, because they're going to be here in, well, I don't know. It went the opposite. First 8 minutes, 6 minutes. He's almost here. Can you go by?
Yeah.
I'm going to sign off in a second. So wave goodbye because I'll probably sign off.
Yeah, Jason, Fremantle. I never made it to Western Australia, but, it's a nice part of the country.
We still have a few minutes. Again, I'm not going to be out there to supervise, so don't go near him. 5 minutes. Don't go near him.
No, Darren, Donald was actually a nice guy. He's not cranky at all.
Donald was cranky?
I asked if he was as cranky as Donald Duck.
Oh. So I got an order from Walmart and everything came. and no fruits or vegetables. I didn't need that, but they had their potting soil on sale, and it's Miracle Grow, and I want to do a video on that because a lot of people have been kind of like upset. A few people messaged me. They don't have anything to start their compost at home and everything. And that's when I thought, hey, he's coming back. They want to go with him. That's the Yorkies. Hey, enough. Shh, shh, shh. Yeah, like they're going to listen to me. But anyways, I thought, I'm stuck at home. It's like having kids and you get on the phone and they all want to talk. You got to take gloves and everything?
Yep.
No, I forgot what I was talking about. So I wanted to show because I too decided to go ahead and go with the potting soil. So this way I can take floral pots. I don't have anything here, but I can take floral pots, and on the bottom I can put shredded paper. I can put stuff that most people have. Say hi, Robbie. Nothing with the ice to drink, so they stay warm to drink, so avoid the virus. Yeah, just stay home. That's all I can do is I stay home. And she said, night, night, Colleen to Gary. He'll be back probably. I have a Yorkie. Yorkies are really cool. But anyways, yeah, so I figured I'm going to get the potting soil. And anybody can get potting soil. You can order that online. And this way, the potting soil, they're pre-made. They've got all the plant food and everything in it. Night, night. And you're just ready to go. And I'm going to put that on the top. And I'm going to get a lot of stuff going along the wall now. And I wanted to have it. And it was on sale. So it wasn't too bad of a price. So I figured I'm just going to go ahead and go for it and get that. But I got his cheese because I make this pizza dough. And I had planned that my grandson's birthday's next week. I had planned on making a whole bunch of pizza. And I was going to bet nobody would know if it was gluten-free or not. But it's so good the way I make this pizza. But anyways, now I've got his cheese so I can make the pizza. He's 2 minutes away. This guy is 2 minutes away. So anyways, that's it. So now he's got it. Maybe I'll make pizza tomorrow. We have some turkeys in the freezer. He found turkeys that I froze. And so we've got turkey. But that's basically it. I worry more, I guess, to make sure the animals have their food. Because how do you explain to an animal, you don't have food? So we've got the dogs are set. I got plenty of dog food for them. And I worry about the hummingbirds. But they're set. And we'll just go from there and do the best we can. And like my mother said, everybody's got to have to try to laugh to make yourself feel better if we can. And I don't know. I have nothing else to say on this. Anybody would have told me this a few months ago, I would never have believed it. I would never believe this. So I haven't seen anybody. I'm just like everybody else, you guys, and we're all going through this in one phase or another. And I got to FaceTime my mom, and my sister got to see my mom, and I'm going to do it again. She said, if you want to hear her say jokes, maybe next time my dad will sit there. I hope you can see the hummingbirds. I know it's hard. Once the sun starts to settle a little more, you can see them. But I've got my camera. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. I found this twisty type of tripod thing and that I had, and I twisted it up there. He's here. He's here. I want to go see what's here too. And I put it out there, and it worked really nice. Periodically, I'll just put the camera out the window, and you won't hear me, and I'll tell you I'm not here. And if you ask for me, I'll yell I'm not here. And I'll get my own work done, but this way you can just sit and watch the hummingbirds, because other people who do put the live cam up for some things, I know that people have said they cut the sound because you don't want to hear people screaming and yelling and everything in their house and doing whatever they do. So they cut the sound, and all you get to do is see the birds. But what I want to do is be able to put it up with the sound. So if I'm busy, I'm busy, and you may hear me yell at the dogs or whatever. And I can put it out there. I don't want to offend anybody. As for me, I believe we need to focus on Jesus and his promises, and he knows the future, and you will trust him. I think you're not going to, everybody has the right to pray in any way they want, and I think I know we're all praying. And so, no, you're not going to offend anybody. That's perfectly fine. See, my dog has been acting weird lately. No appetite. I had to hand feed her yesterday and today. I only could wonder if they know what is going on. Absolutely. I know they know, because they don't know per se what's going on, animals, but they know you're not feeling right is what it is. They can feel that. They know they know that your demeanor has changed. You may not show it, but they know it. They can feel it. They can feel the stress, and that is what is going on. And I hear the guy outside. Take a peek. I can do it this way. Yes, I screamed at Gary the other day because he didn't know, and the girl came and delivered the groceries, and I was out there and I went to meet her, and there wasn't even that much. I bought a couple bottles of oil and something else. Oh, I bought some chicken, and he felt like he should help, so he ran up to the car, and that's what scared the living day. That was over a week ago. It was the first order. He knows better now. Oh, the guy's gone already. So, all right, I'm checking. I've got a camera out there. Boy, that was quick. Let me tell you something. They are fast. They don't want to be here either. When they come and drop something off, they don't want to be here, and they come and they go. And so now I should be good. And the only orders I'll put in periodically is for sugar. And for that, I do it differently. I just put in for the biggest bags they've got, because very few people are going to buy sugar in 50-pound bags. That's what I found out. I was trying to buy it smaller, but I couldn't, because the average home is going to buy 4 pounds, 10 pounds. But the average home isn't going to buy a 50-pound bag of sugar, and they've got it. So I figured then I want it. So it works. Sugar doesn't really go bad anyways. See, yes, dogs can absolutely pick up. They do pick it up. They do. They don't know what's going on. I mean, but they know something's wrong. So you enjoy the live chat so much. Oh, thank you. I hope I didn't bore you all. I don't know what to say. I'm going to do a lot of gardening. I need to get that video on the hummingbirds out the window. I've got a whole bunch of clips now on how she built the first nest and everything, and I'll work on that a little bit. I will admit, I used to get up in the middle of the night and work on videos more, and it's kind of like now I'm just really, well, I guess you say I'm not in the mood, but I think I'm getting better. And even, like me talking to you, it makes me feel better, because you don't feel so alone, really, even though I'm not alone, but you don't feel so alone. You kind of, you get a little bit out, so it makes you feel better. But yes, okay, I feel better about that. Yes, the dogs do know. Believe you me, they absolutely know. They know. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I heard, some places, like, this is the thing. Everybody's got different situations on what you can find and what you can't find. And here, there's all the potting. Well, let's see, here they were low on some stuff, but then you go to, let's say, really into Los Angeles, where there's a bunch of apartments, and they're not really looking for potting soil and stuff. Here they're looking for toilet paper, and they're looking, I don't know why, they're looking for toilet paper and water. And I guess they're just starting to look for potting soil. But Walmart just so happens still had their spring order come in, because they were going to have a big spring sale, and they put Miracle Grow on sale, so they got it in, and so I got it. I think more and more people will start buying it, and that's when Gary said, if you really want a lot, just buy 10 bags. It wasn't even that much. And we've got it. It's not going to go bad. And if it does dry out, if you saw my other video, sometimes the soil, when you get it, is damp in the bag. If you ever open up an old bag, somebody told me they threw it away, don't throw it away. Open up a bag. If it's all dried out and hard, pour water in it and then close it back, and it will all absorb and get really nice and fluffy again. You don't never throw out soil anyways. Oh, I'm going to spell your Oriana, Fisher. I'm so glad you had a good time. I'm going to get off in a minute and go see what came. Poor Gary's got he took it on. He said he'll wash everything down. He's got a system, so I let him wash everything down. Everything I ordered, except for the paper, I might tear that open and take the paper out and throw the outside away. But the cheese, you know, cheese comes in plastic that can be quickly washed. That's on the outside. The potting soil is going to go thrown out in the yard in the sun, and probably that should do it anyways. And I'll be careful when I open it. I'll use gloves and take out what I want. What else did I order? Paper. I don't need. I bought some calcium pills. I don't need any right now, so that can just be wiped down. It's a plastic jar, anyways. And eggs. I did buy eggs, so that will have to be wiped down, and I don't need them right now, but now I've got enough to last me a long time. Show us some more. Yes, I got to make ginger cookies. The pizza, I really have to make the pizza. That pizza dough is amazing, absolutely amazing. And it's just, you don't even have to roll it out or anything. I literally whip it up like you're doing a cake and spread it out, and it's so good. Actually, I'm making myself hungry. I feel like going and making that. I am going to do more. And then this was really good for me. This turned out better than I thought, sitting here talking, to you. And what else are we going to do? We're going to talk. We're going to share. We're going to share our thoughts, and then do the best we can, and get up in the morning, and hopefully the sun is shining, as they keep saying it's going to be warm, and it was cloudy this morning. So we'll do the best we can. I put a smile on Pat's face. Thank you. What else can we do? I'm not boring. Oh, yes, I am. Okay, Sharon, now you're, yes, I am. I can be boring. I could tell you stories. I could go on with stories. I didn't want to tell the stories about the pickle plant that I used to go with my dad. I did a lot of crazy things when I was a kid. I used to go with him to the pickle plant. My mother said earlier, you can go back and look at that. I will make this real short. And my dad, I was fascinated on things like that. So I would go with him on the weekends. He used to work on Saturday. I have no idea how old I was. I would have been 8, maybe 9, 8, 7, 8, 9. And I would go with him to the pickle plant. The plants were a whole lot different than they were now. I mean, they had these tanks that were so big and open, and it was just made the old-fashioned way. And I would want to pickle in these tanks. And my dad would be in the plant working, and I would go. And these tanks were probably as big as this room, and they had boards across it, because I used to see my dad get up on these big boards and climb around and look down in the tank. They were all open back then. And he would go in there and pull that out and test something. And so if I wanted to pickle and he wasn't there, I walked the plank and I would lay on that plank and reach down and grab a pickle out. Nobody ever knew I did that. The only time he ever knew I did something really stupid, because I could have fallen in, was I was at the dinner table. And we lived in a house in LA that had an old garage. It was almost like a barn, but it was a beautiful old garage. And on the very, very top of the garage, and it had a really high peak, it had this big old-fashioned light bulb. Kind of like there's a fire station that shows that light bulb periodically. It was a really old-fashioned light bulb. I don't even think it worked. And it was way on the top. And I was eating dinner, and I came in with the light bulb. I put the light bulb down. I sat down to eat dinner. And my dad looked at the light bulb. My mother wouldn't have known. And he said, "Where's that light bulb from?" I said, "It's from the garage." And I was grounded because the light bulb was on the peak, and somehow I got a board up there to get across up to the peak of that garage to get that light bulb, because I wanted that light bulb. So I can tell you stories, and I'm going to go. Gary's back. Did I get everything? And he's gone. And let's see. I'm trying to see. It's like I said, I wouldn't climb a tree. Isn't that crazy? I'd climb up into the peak of a garage to get a big old-fashioned light bulb, but my dad used to climb trees and stuff. I would never climb a tree. I'd say, I don't want to climb a tree and hurt myself. But that light bulb, I wanted that light bulb. Let's see. It's always good to hear and see you. That's from Sandra. I read that. You're welcome, Irma. Let's see. Thanks, Robbie and Gary. I didn't join in. I'd probably be watching the news. Yes, you don't need to watch the news. That's my sister. I did not turn on the news today. Here's the problem. We can't do anything. So watch it when you, did I get everything?
I'm
Did
not sure what you ordered. So,
That was quick. 10 bags of potting soil,
yes,
paper,
paper.
3
Cheese.
packages of cheese.
There's more than 3.
Oh, I got, okay, so I ordered 2 of each. I got
Okay.
like 6
Yeah, there was like 6 types of cheese.
because this morning it said they didn't have it.
Pizza type cheese.
Yep, I got your pizza cheese. They want to see the pizza.
Eggs.
No, Irma, don't watch the news. I got eggs, 2
Eggs.
lots. Oh my.
One lot of eggs.
Okay, so they ran out. I think I bought 2. Okay, so they. I better double check that because I thought I got 2 lots. And maybe it was 1. And that's in paper. I told said paper and vitamin.
Yeah.
I bought some calcium pills. Good. Let's see. See, I appreciate being part of this group. It was wonderful. First, nice to have a virtual meet with you. Oh, my sister.
Okay.
Well, you could have gone on FaceTime too, Rochelle. Go ahead. What?
Now, just a comment Jason left earlier that when he was in Fremantle in 91, I realized he was in the Navy.
Oh, okay. I don't know if Jason's still on or not.
Yeah, but that was earlier.
And
I bet you he was in the Navy.
And then Sandra's talking to Rochelle. Let's see. Nice to meet you. Oh, and so Mary's talking to Rochelle. Rochelle, if she wasn't so shy, she could do what Mommy did. My sister is not shy. Let's see. Sheila is gardening now. Oh, thanks to you. Good. Keep gardening. That's important.
Okay, I got it right. Jason. Yep, USS Missouri. Because when he said Fremantle, I knew. It took me a while, but when I went next door, I realized why he would be in Fremantle.
And PJD is absolutely right. You know, I had like a day I was doing, everything was going pretty good here. And then I turned on the news to listen. Oh my God. And that really just immediately, of course, there's no way it can't if you're emotional in any way. So that's why I didn't turn it on today. I didn't turn it on at all today. I haven't even had the TV on because I did the video on the side of the house. And I did this for obviously 3.5 hours. And then I was talking to my mom earlier and getting that. Well, Trump extended our social distancing till, oh my gosh. Wait a minute. I thought Trump was putting everybody back to work next week.
By Easter or something.
Yeah, so he changed it. Okay.
Yeah, he had to. Realistically?
Realistically? Yeah. I don't know there's no answer to any of this. They need to find a vaccine, and that's basically what they have to do. I can remember being a little girl in LA. I was really young, standing in line by Hancock Park School, grammar school, for hours. We had to stand in a long line around the corner because we went for the polio. I don't think my sister would remember that because I don't even know if my sister was born or maybe she was a baby. And I had to stand in line. I went with my dad, I think, and they gave you a little sugar block to take the syrup for the polio. But that's because it was a scary thing back then. It's supposed to peak in April. We've had a few people that said they were praying to Jesus and they hoped not to offend us. And I said, absolutely not. And that's not going to offend me. It doesn't bother me. I just want to make sure they're not empty yet. What are you going to say? I'm not going to turn on the news. And I don't know. There's nothing you can do. I'll hear any news. My daughter always keeps me up to date and stuff she thinks I have to know. And I may accidentally turn it on here and there. Sometimes you can't help it, especially if it comes across on YouTube when I'm on. And look at this, Rochelle. You were a big part of this too. And that's my sister. So we do the best we can. I think we've talked to more people than ever with this now. Yeah, and you can tell your stories. You've got stories. You must have stories. They like to hear your story. Not now, not now. We've been 3.5 hours, but it can tell them stories on stuff they probably don't even want to hear, and then they can click off, but we could tell stories. Think back of childhood stories. According to Italy, it's going to peak in May. The thing is, 2 weeks ago, everybody ran to the grocery store. They were right on top of each other, and they're still doing that, which only can make things worse and worse. Then they were saying Florida, the beaches were covered, and I was disgusted with Florida. Well, they did it here too. And they loaded the beaches up. And I don't understand, but some people think it's not real or it's not going to affect them, or I don't know. It's the only thing that's really sad is if they could have kept everybody in somehow. I don't know how. I have no answers. To kill the virus basically by not being able to be spread. And it is a difficult thing to do, but they do it with animals. There's ways where they have to lock down everything, and all you can do is you really slow it down. But peak in May. Well, I think I got enough stuff today to last me for a long time. I'm going to garden a lot. I was debating if I'm going to do watermelon, but I may actually order some because of that wall being so warm. Watermelon likes a lot of sun, and now I found a place that gets more sun than I even thought about. I mean, my garden in the backyard, when you watch my garden tours, half that garden in the morning doesn't get any sun until like 10 o'clock. And that's why I did that map yesterday, and I put that other video up, and it's like, wait a minute. I blocked out a whole thing saying, oh, sun from 10 to 5. Well, it wasn't true. It was only half. So that's why I said, now you really got to block it out by feet because everything grows so differently. So I'm going to just grow more. And like I said, I showed the greens. You can grab that real quick in case somebody didn't see the greens. If you've got feed stores, call your local feed store because that's the cheapest way of getting it, unless you want to go online and see who's got broccoli seeds or sprouting, any type of sprouting seed. But a feed store is the cheapest. You can get a big thing of wheat. You can sit this is already too long. This could have been used yesterday or the day before. It grew in a matter of days. And this is the smallest amount of potting soil. And then I just made a mess. All you would do is just use the top part where it's green, and you can add that into rice, mashed potatoes, whatever. This is your garden in the house. You can garden in the house, but you can get it you can get the seeds from a feed store, and that's where you're going to get it really cheap. And just call around. A lot of the feed stores are delivering for almost next to nothing. Yeah, it was Sandra saying there should have been a complete shutdown. Yes, I kind of agree. I know it's so hard, but a complete shutdown, when there's animal diseases, and when an animal, because we know a lot about animals, when there's an animal outbreak of a disease, that's why there's not a lot of diseases, but when there is, they actually shut the facility. When people go in and out, they have to be completely showered and in different attire, everything's shut. Nothing goes in, nothing goes out. It will run its course. The ones that build up immunities, do okay out of there, and the ones that don't. But it stops it. It doesn't go anywhere else. And this, you've got, I don't know what the answer is. So I can't be, in a perfect world, if they would have had enough tests to test everybody, but they don't. They don't. So I guess everybody had their own ideas, and then they're trying to get the stock market to stay up. So I don't know. Okay, so we're shut down now until the end of April. Well, at least he's not putting
at least until then.
Well, yeah, better than the other day saying everybody's going back to work in a week or whatever he said.
That's
so
ridiculous.
Well, like my daughter said, they can send everybody back to work, but she's not going. And thank God her husband is working from home. They have him working from home. My sister's working from home. I mean, we're working from home. So do the best you can. And I think we have to help our neighbors, and we helped some of our neighbors the other day, and you saw them and they thanked you. And we've been sending oranges and stuff to people, so they thanked us. And that's the best we can do. So now that we've talked your ear off for 3.5 hours, and we've probably lost thousands of subscribers.
PJD. Yeah, I've been in the US since 91. So that's almost 30 years.
Yeah, we will tell more stories. We'll do, but we're not going to do it today because we were going to come on for half an hour.
Yeah, 3.5 hours. Wow.
Yeah. Do you still have more stuff to do?
Yeah, I still have more stuff to do.
And so do I. I'd say, yeah, I guess we should have followed Korea's example. What did they do in Korea
They
exactly?
locked down.
They did lock down?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they needed to do this 2 weeks ago and put all groceries, which if they would have done all groceries on delivery and everybody locked down, that would have helped tremendously. That would have done it. And then you've got all the grocery people. He's been here since 92. He's talking to you.
92?
92.
Okay.
You got all your grocery people out there who are working, and they're working without masks, no gloves. I don't understand. I can't understand that. I can't fathom the stores telling them just go in and bag the groceries and do the checkout and work and it'll be okay. I don't know. See, if they send the people out to work, they can't go. They'll lose their jobs.
Yeah, there's going to be all sorts of things.
I know.
Like that.
Better no job than alive.
Yeah.
I think, he's back. Hello. There is no answer. There is no answer. I don't know myself, and you're looking at two people that are the most frugal people. I'm so careful on buying things, and now things are costing me more money than I've ever known. But you know what? At this point, I put it on a credit card, and I will worry about it later. So that's all I can do. Time passes it passes by quickly when you're having fun. And time has stood still, you said.
Yeah,
for you.
time has slowed down. It's my sense of time is.
Do you believe that your dog went back downstairs?
It's kind of strange because usually I'm so busy that I can't remember what day it is because it ends up being Friday when I think it's Thursday. It's the opposite way right now.
See, Jason did a trucker interview a couple days ago. I am working on having a talk with one of the grocery workers. Getting time to talk with her is a main challenge. She's working a lot.
Yeah.
At least the delivery people just drop it off. Is that what he did? What did he do?
He just unloaded it out of the back of his trunk, out of his car. And
just left it?
Left it.
In the driveway?
In the driveway, I lifted it, put it against the wall.
With gloves?
With gloves.
Okay.
Yeah, and face mask.
Okay. And did he wear a face mask?
No, he didn't have a face mask. So he looked at me kind of weird, like I was from.
He must have thought you were sick. You have a face mask. Oh my God. You go out with a face mask and gloves and he's terrified of you. Oh my gosh. If I had to go to the doctor for something, when I go for my eye checkup a while back, I wore a face mask. But I wrote on the face mask, this was back in December, I think. I wrote on the face mask, I'm not sick. I just didn't take a flu shot because I can't get a flu shot. So this way people wouldn't freak out. And that was before all this.
I'm not sure whether I finished my sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, PJD, he said he's the same way. It used to be up until before now, it would be Friday and I'd think it was Thursday because the week would go so quick. Now it's the total opposite. I guess because I'm home all the time, time has slowed down for me. That's been my experience.
Yeah, it's different. No, I'm not worn out. I'm actually, your dog is downstairs screaming.
Yeah.
No, just leave her right now. We're going to go in a minute. She keeps going down the stairs and then she screams because she wants you to carry her up. No, I'm actually not worn out. And it's kept my mind free of what's going on. Well, not free, but it gives you a different perspective that we're all in this together. And I'm trying to go through all the questions real quick. Let's see, I'm sure worn out. Let's see, tests around the property. Robbie spent time around the property today taking, yes, I did. I was around the property taking notes. Well, this morning I stepped out and that's when I found the wall. I thought, that wall gets more sun than anything around here. We have a lot of trees and we're not taking the trees out. I like my trees. Let's see, now, Robbie, can you can you, let's see, Robbie, do you can anything, Gary? I'm in the same as far as the days. Oh, I don't know. Half the time I don't even know what date it is. It doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, we will work really hard to financially make this up. But you know what? I'll worry about that later at this point. Normally I don't do that, but that's the way it's got to be right now. And who knows what will be later. Maybe they'll have government loans or cheap loans later, and they're going to have to do something. They may give grants. I'm thinking grants will come out of this. A lot of people don't know about grants, and if they've lost their business, they can come back and apply for certain grants. And then what it is you'll have to get the details on it, but the government will give you money if you're doing a certain grant, if they grant it, as long as you do it. And then when you do it, the grant is basically the money doesn't have to be paid back. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, actually, I'm not concerned about people's opinion. If someone balks at me, I don't care. That's just my nature. It's like it doesn't bother me.
Oh, it's just Ashley's talking about a mask. Yeah. Let's say the days and into one another. They're all just, the days are flowing into one another. What are you going to do? And Sandra loves spoiled puppies. Yeah, she goes downstairs and then she's going to scream because she wants somebody to come get. She is older. I've got two dogs that are getting up there in age. And
they've both got different disabilities.
So. Yeah, she does have arthritis in her back legs, but she wants to go down and she wants somebody to get her. And if you're not here, she'll get up and get there.
Yeah, she's quite capable of getting up the stairs.
Like, okay, nobody came to get me.
She prefers to someone to help her.
Okay,
out.
Ashley's explaining that business loans can be converted into grants after 8 weeks. And that they haven't talked about it because I think they think so many people are going to just leap onto it. But I do believe that's going to be later on. First, we have to live through it. And then later on, that's what will happen is they will be giving out a lot of business loans that you're right, that will turn into grants. I'm not sure what that, Jason.
Yeah.
And in a
why?
Oh, he's doing jokes now.
No, he's doing jokes.
Jason's doing. Put Jason up against my mom. See, I want to get back to walking onions. Let's see, where can you get them? Jeez. The problem with walking onions, we're going to go into 4 hours. We don't want to do this. The thing with walking onions, this is my belief. You can go to the store and you can buy your sets. You can buy bunching onions, green onions, all these different things. But the problem with walking onions is they really don't set seed. So it would be really hard for somebody to farm enough to get them into the stores because they're little baby onions. And it's not like the growers can take all these seeds, grow them, and then put them in trays and sell them. So that's why it's hard to get them. You can get walking onions on YouTube. On eBay. But you got to be careful because I noticed a lot of them aren't. There was a guy last year, I put his link up. I don't know if he's selling any right now. It might be a little early for walking onions, but you really have to look for them. I'll see if I can get my act together. And if I can get enough walking onions together, maybe I can start getting enough to start selling. I sent some to my brother, literally like 5. But that's the problem. It's not an onion that produces a seed. And they can at times produce a seed, but then it won't grow right. So what you do is the onions grow and then they produce baby onions on the end. You take the baby onions off. So one plant's going to produce anywhere from, they're not out, are they?
No, they're not. They just
5. They want us to leave so they can come in. They can produce 5 to 20 baby onions. But see, that would not be enough. It would be too hard. That's why you can't find them. But you can find them on eBay. If I can find a guy that he's got a whole field of them, I think I put his link up last year. I messaged him back and forth, and his mother had a field of them, and that's all she grew, I guess. And I looked at him, and they were walking onions, and he did really a good job. I put his link up, and he sold them all. But he's got a field of them. So I'll look and see if I can find it. I'll get a link up, and I'll do something on that because they're really neat onions. Because you can eat the whole onion, but I tend to eat mainly only the green because it's so good, and I don't want to kill the plants. You got to go.
I've got to get some work done before it gets started.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm trying to see real quick before Look how
Yeah,
wonderful
I
and
better
creative.
say goodbye.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
will be creative and find
Goodbye, everyone.
solutions to back. We will. It's going to take time. We will. Look, they went through the Great Depression, but of course they didn't go through this in the 30s, and they made it back. See, I'm setting and be able to ship sets of. Well, okay. So Jason's getting ready. I'm setting up to be able to. Good. So Jason will have walking onions. If I get a link from you, we can put a link up. That will be good. Let's see, I set up my first compost in place. Don't start giving me a lot of questions now because I can only talk so fast. And I've got to go get my stuff done too. Costco detergent containers. Oh, okay. So you can grow in any container. Pickle recipe. I'll get that. Let's see. If we keep our heads on straight. Yeah, that's hard sometimes, and we'll get through this. That's true, Kathy. Rochelle, goodbye, Rochelle. Talk to you later. Sandra, goodbye. They say goodbye to Gary. I think he's gone already. Or he went to change. I'm not sure. Let's see, 192 plants making baby. Oh, you've got a lot, Jason. Great. See, I don't have that many. And for me, if I put them up, they'd be gone in a second. What I'm trying to do is get a whole bunch going, and that's great because I'm going to say walking onions are the best. You can eat the whole onion, but the green part, like my daughter once said, and she's really particular, it's the best onion. You can put it in everything, and it's just the best onion. It goes for years and years and years, and they'll keep producing babies. You see, I found walking onions listed in my seed catalog. Hopefully they're not seeds because I would prefer to have you get the real plant itself. That's how I bought them. I bought them on eBay. I started with a little handful and I've got them all over my yard. Only because sometimes they go to seed, but you don't want them producing flowers. You want the walking onions that are going to produce the true babies. I do know they can produce seeds, but I don't know if they'll grow the same way once you get them from the seed because they're going to hybridize with something or whatever. All right, I'm going to go. Remember, when I went to grammar school, my teachers used to ask me, do you ever breathe? In between talking. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. It's almost 4 hours, and I want to go see what came. But in the meantime, I've got chores around here. I've got to go. I'm going to hit the end stream, and I want to get away from the window because there's thousands and thousands of hummingbirds out there, and they all want to come in and feed. So goodbye to everybody. I love you all. Be well. Stay safe. We'll do this again. And happy growing. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye. And thank you, Donald. Bye-bye.